I rank where the view is nothing less than phenomenal for how I express and project from my abdominal. The only view better, both my daddy and my mama know. No living parents, my sons give me balance. My wife is my serenity, this mic is my identity. The world is foul enough, that's why I write without obscenities. Provoking danger with broken language and spoken anguish. Begging to get hurt, why would you ask to go through changes? Yes, Lord, life's a chessboard, master the angles. Control the tempo, be the one who holds the info. Acknowledge is just as deadly as machete swings. When spoken, the truth is as potent as that Medellin. While others swear the style is free, I just let it ring. Our time is undervalued, soldiers make us better kings. My fans on my shoulder, reaching after better things. Today I take the shot, for them I'd rather set the screen.
My mama told me follow my dreams. My daddy told me get it by any means. Stand tall, make him bow to a king. But I've evolved, you can see the result. Look in my eyes when you speaking to God.
Life and for those who be caught up in using what I was scarred with the muse. I guess they call it proving I'm more than an artist. Penciling out my darkest while stenciling out a harvest. And storing what gets me from A to B, just like garages. Instrumental with collages. Envision what I've been drawing. Broadway to give you rhythm like the great Lena Horne. So bent on, found comfort in the storm. Find peace and on when you see them others perform. Organized chaos, outcast it like hey ya.
Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rockin' Knicks Universe, main man, Uncle Freezy. Welcome to the premier Knicks in the morning time show, the Knicks Morning Drive. I know it's like 12. It's like noon. I'm sorry about being behind. Just had some things going on this morning. Had some things going on this morning, man. But we here. We here, man. Salute to everybody watching, wherever you are, whether you're at your lunch break, at the job, maybe you took a half day off, maybe you're in your truck out on the open road, maybe you're in your cubicle, you know what I'm saying, doing what it is that you do. Pastor Jay is in the building, whatever it is that you are doing, man. Good morning, good afternoons, welcome to the Knicks Morning Drive, where we talk that talk the way that you like to have that talk to y'all. Bim, let's go. Let's get it. Right? Again, I'm the number one Chief Rockin' Knicks Universe, main man, Uncle Freezy. And we are going to rock for the next 120 minutes or so, 158 minutes or so. We may go over, but we are going to talk about several topics that I have prepared for us that I think deserve an open dialogue. It deserves an open conversation, right? Deserves that. I think you guys deserve that. Is that for me? Thank you. You try it? Taste it? Miss Mocha bought me a lunchtime beverage. I'm just going to taste it real quick. Oh my goodness. That's delicious. Dang. Okay. You can tell, when people like you, they make you good stuff, man. I ain't even gonna hold you. When people like you, man, they look out for you. Right? So, topic number one. Let me get to the tip off. Everybody. I promised that I will start doing stuff in order in the new year. So let me do the tip off. Ending at 6'6" with sneakers on from PS15. The number one Chief Rocker at point forward, identifying as a point guard, Uncle Freezy. Yo, every time I hear that, I feel like I need to do a chest bump with somebody. I feel like I need to do a chest bump with somebody, just run up with somebody and do some type of handshake with somebody every time I hear that. Every time I hear that, I feel like I need to get a running start and do a shoulder bump with somebody and do a handshake or something. But so let's get this party started right. Let's get this party started quickly, right? Or I'm sorry, since quickly's no longer here. Let's get this party started expeditiously, right? All right. Salute. Molly Mall was good. Hey, so let's my the thing I want to talk about. So I have 5 of them right here listed in front of me. All of them will connect, right? But I want to first start with our disgruntled star, Quentin Grimes. So as of late, there have been murmurs from multiple sources that Quentin Grimes and Tom Thibodeau have a beef, right? And to say that is beyond shocking is an understatement for me, right? I think this is beyond shocking, right? Because I always felt like Quentin Grimes was Tom Thibodeau's man's. That's his man's, right? And in a professional setting, you're like, yo, sometimes one or the other is going to do stuff, but it's about standing on business. It's about business, right? Hey, man, this, we just trying to win, man. I did that because this is what I was thinking. And you did that because that's what you felt like you was in a groove or whatever. But I had to do what I felt like was best. And you know what I'm saying? How people talk or whatever. Right? But to think that Tom Thibodeau and Quentin Grimes have irreconcilable differences makes me wonder if Tom Thibodeau is the same Tom Thibodeau that he was before he got here. So these are the 2 points that I was going to point out, and I got 5 of them, right? I'm going to I'll mention them so that you'll understand why I'm doing the hokey pokey with some of these statements, right? Topic number 1 I want to talk about is Grimes being a disgruntled star, right? Tom Thibodeau is who he is. Okay, Tibbs is now who he has always. Tibbs now is who he's always been, basically. I don't know why I typed it so weird, but Tom Thibodeau now is who he's always been, right? And with that said, another topic I'm going to touch on just a little bit, the young players are being shipped out, right? But that said, for who? Veteran guards are on the radar. That's another thing I want to talk about, right? Finally, the Knicks front office is serious about being contenders. So I'm going to talk about all those things. Jay Singh, what's good? So let's talk about Grimes first. So Quentin Grimes being a disgruntled star. When Big Boy from ESPN, hey, Mr. Dunris is in the building. Mr. Dunris is in the building. Salute. Good mornings. Good morning. Hey, Mr. Dunris, thank you for your generous contribution to the family, man. We take stuff like that, man, and use it to upgrade stuff, right? So Mr. Dunris, I used, what I'm saying, what you so graciously committed to us to help us with Photoshop. So salute to everybody out there. Salute to Mr. Dunris for the contribution. So we use that bread for Photoshop. So, but and we'll get better at Photoshop, by the way. Sherwin is in the building. Yo, Mosley is in here. What's good? What's good? Sherwin in here. What's good, man? So the guy's name is Brian Windhorst, right? Windhorst, Wendy, right? The dude that's always saying, "Oh, such and such is going to be disgruntled, and the Knicks may make a move and blah blah blah." Well, turns out the disgruntled star may be a guy on our roster. Turns out that disgruntled star is Quentin Grimes. So now what? Yo, Nunez is in the building. What's good, man? So my thing is Sherman said, "No ain't on a big move. We must trade our heart to get what we need." I don't know, bro. To me, the only valid solution situation that cures itself is taking advantage of the fact that we have the disgruntled star and move that player so that we can get some valuable assets. Bro, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I never thought I'd be saying Quentin Grimes is disgruntled. Quentin Grimes looks like the soldier, like the dude that's gonna do whatever his bosses say. Sherwin says Quentin Grimes has got enough to get us what we need. I hope so. I hope so. I listen, I hope so, and I don't mean ill will towards Grimes. I just felt like we would never be having this conversation. Quentin Grimes? I thought Quentin Grimes was the good guy. I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought Grimes was the guy that was whatever they asked him to do, he would do it. I never thought that Grimes would be that guy. And y'all know over the years, I've been mad frustrated with Grimes, right? Over a lot of stuff, right? I'm frustrated with Grimes over that random shoulder injury that showed up out of nowhere, right? In the playoffs. When people going down like flies and Grimes just out of nowhere is hurt. That frustrated me. But listen, I understand my frustration. My frustration comes from that team and wanting that team to be better in the moment. And with people dropping like flies, that was kind of unexpected. I'm not gonna lie to you. It caught me off guard. But Quentin Grimes being the guy, I honestly listen. Y'all know how ESPN paints this stuff. ESPN paints this stuff like there'll be a disgruntled star somewhere in such and such city and such, and the Knicks may be ready to pounce. Right? But what happens when the Knicks get the disgruntled star? I thought it was kumbaya. Fritz Alcindor is in the building. I'm not gonna lie to you. This completely caught me off guard. I always looked at Quentin Grimes like the student teacher in high school You know what I'm saying? Like, the students that be like a part of the teaching program or whatever, like they going to college and they doing all this stuff in school to get get college credit in high school. You know what I'm talking about? Fritz Alcindor says Tibbs runs kids off. Block 53 is in the building. So I'm thinking about this disgruntled star thing, and I think y'all are caught off guard by this too. I listen. I know a lot of y'all know basketball and all that stuff. I know y'all follow the team and all that stuff, but the majority of y'all cannot tell me honestly that you guys anticipated Quentin Grimes being disgruntled even after RJ and Quickly are gone. It opened up opportunities for Grimes to be more of a player, and he's not. Come to find out that with RJ and Quickly gone, Grimes was never meant to get back into the rotation like that. Grimes was never meant to be a 25-minute player once Tibbs took him from the starting lineup. And it's frustrating to a Knicks fan, right? Because now you're seeing a expeditious movement to get young players out of the rotation and potentially out of the organization. Honestly, I think Grimes may be the only first-round pick left drafted by this regime or drafted in the last few years. And we saw the young players, our young first-round picks, one by one, moved out the door. You saw it, right? Starting with Porzingis, Knox, Frank, Obi, RJ, Quickly. Y'all see what I mean? Grimes may be the only first-round pick left. I think he is. And now Grimes is frustrated. It puts us in that situation where I think Tibbs may have not been the guy for developing young players. I think Tom Thibodeau has always wanted this team to be in this spot where they are. I think Tibbs has always wanted this team to be in this spot where they are, where they're a second-round team, a few pieces away, a veteran point guard, a veteran, a Carlos Boozer type power forward, a Luol Deng type small forward, a scoring guard on some level, a garbage man type guy at center. I think this is where Tibbs has always wanted them to be. Eddie F is in the building. PL, what's good? Andios. Salute, salute, salute. Ed Winning is in the building. To Die For is in the building. What's good, y'all? So the fact that Grimes is disgruntled may be a byproduct of Tom Thibodeau not having patience with young players. Now stop me if you heard that before, right? Stop me if you heard that before. If you heard that before Tom Thibodeau was the Knicks coach, y'all let me know in the chat. If you heard that before Tom Thibodeau was hired as the Knicks coach, if you heard that before Tom Thibodeau was the Knicks coach, let me know in the chat. Kev Middleton in the building. Alfonso Scott was good, man. I see you. CC in the building. Luke Skywalker Visions in the building. What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? But now Tibbs is here. Tibbs has been here for about 3.5 seasons. The young guys, for the most part, are gone, except outside of Grimes. Of course, we have some young second-round picks in the building, but Tibbs ain't going. Tibbs is not going to play them. Tibbs has already benched Jericho Sims. Jericho Sims is a non-factor going forward. Something that Knicks fans have to be have to come to grips with. Mets is in the building. So Jericho Sims is beyond situational right now. Also, another player from that Grimes draft. So now what? So now what do you do? If you're the front office, do you now pivot? Do you give Quentin Grimes what he wants? Quentin Grimes clearly wants something. What is that thing that Grimes wants? I'm not for sure if I have the answer. Because right now, he is not a better player than Dante DiVincenzo, who the Knicks signed to a long-term deal. Sherwin, a basketball mind that I respect, Sherwin says Grimes wants minutes. I'm sure he does, bro. Me too. I'm sure he wants minutes, but in those minutes, what can he offer? This has been the thing that we've been talking about since. See, the thing with Grimes is this. Grimes, unlike Quickly, Grimes doesn't have an argument to be made. Because Grimes started for a long time. Quentin Grimes started for a long time. Unlike Quickly had a legit beef. When Quickly wanted to start, we could say, oh, okay, Quickly wants to start, but he's not a fit next to Brunson, right? Grimes started in the playoffs for us. See, Emmanuel Quickly had legit beef. Quentin Grimes Emmanuel Quickly had legit beef. He wanted to start. He felt like he was better than what the Knicks were showing. He wanted to get out there on the floor and show it to the league, right? Grimes had the keys to the shooting guard position handed to him. So it isn't minutes. I don't think it's minutes. I think it's shackles, right? I think legit Quentin Grimes wanted Tom Thibodeau to take the shackles off of him. Let him play his offensive game. That's my belief. I think Tibbs wanted Grimes to play defense and be a spot-up shooter in the corner. That's it. Keith Turner is in the building. Keith Turner, fresh off of averting a galactic civil war between two alien races. Keith Turner stepped in and mediated a peace treaty between two universal galactic alien. Salute to Keith Turner. That's our Keith Turner, that's our dude. That's our guy. Hey, Keith Turner, that's family to us. Sherwin says Grimes was our second best player in the playoffs last year. Okay. Even so, even if that's the case, right? I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. Sherwin, I don't have an opinion on it either way. I'm just glad that you're stating your opinion, right? But what I will say, yo, Allah Wise is in the building. What's good? What I will say, yo, Gaiman is in the building. What's good? Eddie F in here. What I will say, in my opinion, is that Quentin Grimes wanted the shackles taken off of him so that he can do the things that got him to the NBA in the first place. I think Tibbs put the shackles on him. Tibbs was like, I don't care if you're an all-around player. For us, you're Keith Bogans. Period. I don't care what you did at Kansas and Houston. For us, you're Kirk Heinrich. That's it. And I don't think Grimes wants to be that. Grimes is telling Tibbs it's not 2011. Matthew says Grimes needs to go. Regardless of all that stuff we said, Matthews is like, yeah, I hear you, but Grimes got to go. My man was like, yeah, I hear you, dog, but yeah, he got to go. CC says Kispert is a better fit for us as a shooter in my observation. I can see it. I can see that. But my thing is when you guys woke up this morning, did you ever imagine content creators talking about Quentin Grimes being disgruntled? Probably not. Quentin Grimes looks like the teacher's pet. And if he was the teacher's pet, I'm cool. I'm cool with it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being a teacher's pet in my mind, right? To Die For is in the building. Audio is in the building. Audio says, I feel like Grimes is the only one with personality to ask for a trade, but half the team would love it. I'm not sure. I don't know how to respond to that, but okay. Okay. So I'm stunned. And I'm asking you guys, are you guys stunned as well? Did you ever think that the Knicks would have the disgruntled star that Brian Windhorst was talking about? And don't tell me, don't lie to me either. Like, yeah, I knew Grimes was gonna be the guy. I knew Grimes was gonna be the dude that was like, nah, don't do that. Shot Powers in the building. Salute. Bodega Wi-Fi in the building. What's good? Yeah. If it's your first time here, consider subscribing to the channel. Also, for everybody here, if y'all can hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? Show some love to your people, man. I cheer grinding, doing our thing, trying to put out this Knicks content and include you guys in it. Mr. Murphy in the building. And I'm asking you guys that live this thing, that absolutely absorb this thing, right? That are very knowledgeable. I'm asking you Sherwins and Hintons, did you ever think that Quentin Grimes was gonna be the guy that was disgruntled and ruffle some feathers, right? Because listen, ruffling feathers is not an unforeseen thing, right? Charles Turner in the building was good, right? The ruffling feathers thing is not an issue because we knew Quickly was rubbing feathers, or we had the sense that Quickly was rubbing feathers the wrong way, right? We knew Obi was ruffling feathers the wrong way. We got audio proof, right? We knew RJ was frustrated. You could tell in RJ Barrett's play that he just wasn't feeling it no more. Or you could tell, you know how you go to work and people show up for work on time, they don't complain, but their production just drop off. You know they're not feeling the environment. That's what I felt like with RJ. Like, yeah, RJ ain't feeling this mess no more. Sherwin says, I'm glad Grimes show a sign of life. Hey, okay. All right. Hey, man. My thing is this. The mere fact that Grimes is disgruntled makes me think that Tom Thibodeau has lost the locker room. That's what I think. And I think the front office is adding pieces to the locker room to keep this thing afloat. Because the potential for this team outweighs the mutiny for this team, right? And I know that doesn't make sense in a lot of people's mind, right? Like, oh, there you go. He making up stuff on the go, blah, blah, blah. Nah. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not a rumor mongerer. I don't care about gossip. That's not how I am as a person. And a lot of people in this universe get frustrated with me because I don't do that chattering back. I don't do that gossip folk stuff, right? Like I just shoot it straight. Yeah, I mean, man, listen, I shoot it straight and I go outside and walk my dog. No cares in the world. Right. I personally and listen, for those of you guys that are new here or just still getting to know me, right? You guys will see over time that I don't care about, you know what I'm saying, back channel conversation, you know, who's such and such. I'm just straight up, man. When I see you, I'm gonna tell you I'm gonna tell you like what I think to be true, right? And I would expect the same from y'all. Like when somebody comes to me in that vein of, yo, man, did you hear about such and such? Is it true? I don't know. Well, no, I don't care. That's me. I know that rubs some people the wrong way, but I mean, that's just who I am. I got to be the best version of myself. I can't be somebody that I'm not. I can't pretend to be that. In fairness to y'all, when I talk to you on the phone, through text message, see you in person, however, you know, in the comments, whatever, I'm not gonna shoot you guys a gas. I'm gonna be straight up. Nev the Disruptor is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. What's good, Nev? DJ Cash in the building. He has a losing record in the playoffs. Why do we treat him like a champion maker? I get it. EC Me says that Tibbs has a losing record in the playoffs. Why are we treating him as if he's a king? I'm not for sure. Well, I do know partly. I know partly why. And it's because of all the dudes we had in here recently, he's better than them. Wiz says, Nev the Disruptor is here. Yo, you have not heard a conversation until you hear Wiz and Nev in a free-flowing conversation when people not cutting them off. Bodega says, I notice Randall exaggerates his face expression every time Grimes makes a mistake. Yeah, maybe he not feeling them. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I ain't heard Rand, I don't know. E. Gibson is in the building. There is a ceiling with Tibbs. He's a gatekeeper. He has been good trying to build a culture. We still need a couple of more pieces. I'm gonna move away from the Grimes thing slightly, right? I'm gonna move away from the Grimes thing slightly and talk about Tom Thibodeau. Here's the thing that I learned in life, right? ATV is in the building. ATV, I'm gonna put a link in the chat in a few. I'm gonna put a link in the chat in a few, but what I want to do is get these things off my chest first, and because what happens is a lot of times when I put the link in the chat, cats get up here and they have no idea. Is that for me? Thank you. Look at that. Well, hey, today must be Friday. I'll put a link in the chat in a little bit, right? But I got to talk about these topics first, because a lot of times when you put the link in the chat, people come up here and they just get off the plantation, just say like wild OD stuff, right? So, like you'll have a topic or question on the floor, and they'll be like, "But let me ask you this: which City Edition jersey do you like?" Like, bro, we legit talk about the trade deadline, and you talking about City Edition jerseys. But if you feel good, you play good, Uncle Freezy. Yeah. If you feel good, you play good, Uncle Freezy. Yeah, man. Come on, man. Or they'll cut somebody off. I don't mean to cut you off, man, but yeah, you just cutting people. Or they'll say the same point they've been saying since like 1985, and you be like, yo, don't come up here saying the same point you made since 1985. And then they come up here and say the same point they made since 1985. Like no new spin on it or whatever. I'm gonna put the link in there, but in 2024, y'all listen. Yo, I've been putting the warning things out there, but I think at some point y'all gonna force my hand to like just boot people off in mid sentence. Like, just get there, just boot them off. Wiz says, Nev and I bring the Caribbean accents flavor in your ear. Yeah, yeah. And the juice. Oh, you got a headache? I got a juice for that. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat in a few minutes. I just want to get these few things. I just want to rock the crowd just for a little bit, man. Share some thoughts just real quick. So the thing is Tom Thibodeau, in my mind, is who he has always been. One of my bosses told me a long time, right? I was like, yo, I told my butt, we had interviewed, no lie, me and one of my bosses, he was about 75 years old, right? And he would come get me to help interview candidates, right? Or tell my boss to interview candidates, and my boss would bring me to help interview candidates. And everybody's resume would be fantastic, man. You would see they'd have like the email address would be real business-like, right? Their work history would be in order and all of that stuff. And the job, the tasks that they had would match the skills that you're looking for. Hey, this is fantastic. You mix 3 things together? Dang, boy. Ooh-wee. And so when we interviewed like candidates, everybody would have on like their best interview outfit, like gray suit, white shirt, black tie, red tie, blue tie, haircut, everything. Saying all the right stuff. Then you look at the resume and they're like, oh, okay. They fired you over this right here. You left, you terminated. Like, yeah, there was a difference of philosophy. I felt like they were not listening to me as the individual. Like, they'll say things that will resonate with the employer. Like, I had these ideas that I got vetted, and we just didn't see eye to eye to stuff, and I fought for my idea, and they wanted to go in one direction. I felt like we should go in this thing, and our relationship just soured after that. They say all these things, right? Tell me if this sounds like Tom Thibodeau, y'all. For those that are following, right? You interview these candidates, and they say stuff like, I was terminated on that one because I just felt like while you're at work, you just need to give 100%, them 40 hours. And I understand camaraderie in the workplace, and I understand teamwork in the workplace, but I just felt like when you're here, you just got to grind away. And I rubbed some people in the office the wrong way about solely focusing on the task at hand. And eventually that got us in a irreparable relationship with some of my coworkers, and they chose the coworkers over me. Right? Tell me if this sounds like Tom Thibodeau to y'all. Yeah, we had a valuable system in place, and people want to change that system. But I felt like before we make a change to certain things, before we make a change to certain systems, I felt like that we should just get all the juice from the squeeze before we make a change. And others were frustrated by my unwillingness to be flexible with things, but I just value resources. I didn't want to make the change and then have the company spend money on something else when we should just get the last drop of resource from the resources that we had. Tell me if that sounds familiar. Tell me if that sounds like Tibbs. That's Tibbs right there in a nutshell. That's like your coworkers that leave your job and go somewhere else, right? Basically, what I'm saying to you is they are who their resume says they are. Tom Thibodeau is who his resume says he is. Endgame says Tibbs might be the first coach to make no sense. Yo, come on, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. That's wild. Hey, that's wild. That's wild. Big Oso's in the building. What's good? Yeah, man. We still doing it, man. Still grinding. Still grinding. Still grinding, man. This is what we do here. We still grinding, man. Long time. Big Oso was like a day one. And Fitzroy says, Tom is definitely not lying on his resume. Right. So the thing I'm saying about Tom Thibodeau, I'm not saying it's a bad thing or a good thing. I'm saying that Tom Thibodeau is who he says he is, or is who he has always been. Bo Ismail in the building. What's good, boss? Right. Hey, EC Me says, yo, best leaders are reasonable, right? Are reasonable. They understand systems, right? They understand personnel, they understand processes, they understand analytics, they understand logistics, they understand technology, and they do a delicate mix of all of that together in order to move a group forward with all those things, right? They understand manpower, man hours. They understand personnel. They understand vision and all of that stuff. They understand ideas, making ideas on the go. What helps us prosper? LI1 is in the building. And LI1 says Dante hit shots, OG hit shots, played some defense. We did what we were supposed to do. Right. And Nev says, and they are willing to change when necessary. And listen, I know that Nev loves Tom Thibodeau, right? Nev doesn't want me to have this conversation about Tibbs. But Nev, I gotta have the conversation about Tibbs, bro. Nev, I gotta have a conversation about Tibbs. Not one way or the other. I'm not judging. I don't want to judge. Listen, if you love Tibbs, love Tibbs. If you despise what Tom Thibodeau does, then you despise what Tom Thibodeau does. What I'm saying is Tom Thibodeau is what his resume says he is. A lot of y'all been, and listen, a lot of y'all are on the same situation as me. Y'all have interviewed people before. Y'all know what it's like. You know, that you get the resume by email. Say you got the email by resume 2 weeks ago, right? You read through the resume. You sent it to your system for the keyword match. A lot of keyword matches were there, right? Then you move it to the next stage. Maybe you run to the print, not run, but maybe you walk to the printer and print it out. You print it out, you put it down on a thing, and then you go through it just to get a feel for it. And then you're like, okay, so I have about 7 candidates for this job. What I'll do is set aside next Tuesday and Wednesday to interview candidates in the morning. Because I'm not interviewing, like I don't interview candidates all day. That's not me. I'm not doing, no, I'm not, no. We'll interview candidates in a window. Tuesday morning, 8 to 12. Wednesday morning, 8 to 12. That's it. Go to lunch at 12, come back at 1, we working. You know, like I'm not, no. I don't care about your dog that much. I don't care. I don't care to go through all these things for a whole day. That'll drive me crazy. Right? But that's me. That's not everybody. I understand all of y'all are different. Some of y'all will do it all in one day just to get it out of the way, and then go to the bar and drink. Yo, Franklin, what's good? Franklin says, Tibbs is gonna short up these players years and years in the league with all these minutes. They all gonna have knee problems at 30. Right. Now, what I'm saying is this though about Tibbs is at this stage of Tom Thibodeau's career, asking that man at his age, and happy birthday, Tom Thibodeau, too, by the way. Right? Happy birthday, Tom Thibodeau. I think Tom
Like
Thibodeau.
you on the beat.
Yo.
Dang, that was a good introduction because I don't want to hear about Tom Thibodeau's birthday, to be honest. Look, good morning to salute to the panel in chat. Salute to you, Freezy.
That man turned 66 the other day, bro. You ain't gonna say happy birthday to that man?
I don't care about that, man.
Come on.
He's staggering our lineup and stuff like that, man. That's I don't care about that. Need to make trades. Because, woo, child. How you doing this afternoon, though?
Man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm super good. How about you?
Chilling, man. You seen the reports?
Yeah, I'm gonna get to that, but I'm not gonna change the subject midstream.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm on a topic, man. You know, bro. Man, listen, jumping around is whack, bro. Like how you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how you have a topic on the floor and then you move around, and then everybody, then you got 10 people talk about 10 different topics. Yeah. What I'm gonna say to you, what I'm gonna ask you is this: do you feel as if Tom Thibodeau ruined RJ Barrett's development?
Yes.
How?
First of all, one. All right. I don't. All right.
Did Tom Thibodeau ruin RJ Barrett development?
I mean, you could say he did, but then you could say he didn't. So it's like a half and half, in my opinion. Because like when RJ was drafted and stuff like that, we had like 5 power forwards. You get what I'm saying? Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Like, and it was just, oh my God. I'm trying to, like, for real, like. But I'm proud to see RJ where he at and stuff like that, him and quickly. So I don't have to talk about them no more. Talk about the Knicks only.
It sounds like you backtracking.
Yeah.
No, for real. I think it sound like you backtracking a little bit. No disrespect, and because listen, we all some people call it backtracking, some people call it reassessing. You know what I'm saying? Whatever it is, that's what it sounds like.
All right, to be honest, I feel all right. You know my real opinion? I feel like
I'm not gonna ask you for your fake opinion, bro. Come on, bro. You know me.
All right, in my opinion, I feel like when RJ got drafted and stuff like that, in my opinion, I know the chat gonna flame me and whatever, but I felt like Julius should have left. But he didn't. And then he had that, that good season and stuff like that. And then I just like all the focus was on Julius. It's like he never had like an opportunity. Like everybody was like, it was always somebody ahead of him. He never had like a clear lane. Like just here, this my spot. Let's go. The ball's in my hands. It was never like that, in my opinion.
What NBA player gets that?
No, I know that, but hold on. He was a third round pick.
He was not a third round pick.
I thought, like, you see how, like,
he wasn't a third round pick. There's no third round.
All right, third pick.
Right.
All right, third pick.
Right.
So it's like I felt like he should have at least got, but it's like the front office and stuff like that. I guess they had eyes focused on another movement or somebody else or something like that. So it's like he didn't never, or I don't know. And I'm just saying in my opinion. I don't get what I'm saying what everybody else say, but I'm just saying in my opinion. Him and IQ, it's like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, what, that's Tibbs for you. And now look, right now, Grimes about to be gone. Why? Because Tibbs.
But that's not what I'm asking you specifically. How Tom Thibodeau diminished RJ Barrett's development, and you pointed out two different NBA players.
All right, he didn't put the ball in RJ's hands. Period. Point blank. You don't agree?
Right. No, I don't.
Because, in my opinion, it was mad power forwards with the ball in their hands instead of RJ Barrett.
RJ Barrett was never. He was never a power forward.
No, I know that. I'm talking about as far as they had mad lineups with like mad power forwards and stuff like that. It's like I don't know. It's just I don't know, man.
So here's my honest assessment of RJ.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
RJ Barrett, all the way back to high school, was a flawed player. Mm-hmm. Right? Was he a great player? Yes. But RJ Barrett, as a great player, had significant flaws that no matter how much time in the gym, you couldn't overcome those. Right? Okay. Right. For instance, RJ Barrett, for his projected NBA position, is short. Right? RJ Barrett was projected to be an NBA small forward. RJ Barrett tested at Duke, he measured in at 6'5.5", right? 6'6" with sneakers on. RJ says he's 6'7". Okay, either way, fine, I don't care, right? But even at RJ Barrett's height, right? Even at his height is not ideal for what you're gonna ask RJ Barrett to do. RJ Barrett, think about this. RJ Barrett and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander are the same size. And SGA is a combo guard, point guard, combo guard.
Okay.
Right? Now, here's the other thing. RJ Barrett's athleticism all the way back to high school had always been an issue. I'm not saying that RJ Barrett is not a great player. Mind you, think about it like this. I'm pointing out Superman's deficiencies, right? Right? You feel me? Think about what I'm saying. Like, think about if I'm evaluating Superman, right? Right? I'm evaluating Superman. And I'm just saying that Superman had to I'm looking at the number as soon as you started talking about RJ, Cat started leaving. Cat like, know. Man, I ain't want to hear this. Right? Cat starts slamming the door like, God, you can't really come in here talking about RJ. But anyway, nah, we're gonna do it though. We're gonna do it. RJ Barrett is a flawed NBA player, and his flaws are so overwhelming that he has to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard as other NBA players just to get to their level, right? No big deal, right? No big deal, right? Because there are a lot of players that have to work hard. And the athleticism thing is not an albatross because RJ is more athletic than Luka Doncic. And Luka Doncic is an excellent NBA player, right? No big deal. Right. RJ Barrett is more athletic than Jokic, right? And Jokic is an excellent NBA player, right? But what we're saying is that, or what I'm saying is that RJ Barrett has flaws that during the flow of a game puts RJ and his team at a disadvantage unless his skill level is elite. And from there comes the problem.
All right,
RJ Barrett doesn't have elite playmaking skills.
All right, so I like that. Can I ask you one question then? All right,
no, because you got a point.
You say that. No, you already say that. All right,
make your point.
No. What do Randall have?
Why are we talking about Randall?
No, I'm just asking.
Why are we talking about Randall?
No, but I'm just asking. It's just a question.
I don't know. I don't know where you're going with it. What does it have to do with RJ though?
I'm just comparing the players. What do Randall have that's so like OD like you know what I'm saying, like that, like push him?
Why'd you pick Randall? Why not? Let's talk about other number 3 picks in the draft.
Okay.
Right? You know Michael Jordan was picked number 3 in the draft, right?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right? Oh, here's another one. You know LaMelo Ball was picked number 3 in his draft, right?
Oh
God. And I'm just saying, bro.
But listen, it's
Jason Tatum was picked number 3. Jaylen Brown was picked number 3.
But it's a lot of number 3 picks that was bust. So you can't even argue that. In my opinion, right or wrong.
Like who?
Oh God. Hold on, I gotta see. To be honest.
I already had 2 other topics, man, that I wanted to get to, man. And now we doing the RJ Barrett Crimea River tour. Man, all we gotta do is say,
man.
all we have to say is RJ Barrett. He didn't develop here with the Knicks. He going to Toronto, man. Good luck, RJ, in the future.
He developing Gucci. He good now. So I'm glad. I just want to see the reaction you have, Uncle Freezy, when your guy is gone.
Man, I don't care.
Okay, it sounds good. It sounds good. It really sounds good. Like, yeah.
Man, no, listen, man, I don't care. That's not the topic that I was talking about. I was talking about Tom Thibodeau being who his resume says he was. And now we're talking about the number 3 pick in the draft. And I hope Randall get traded. And nah, man, come on, bro. Nev, the Disruptor, thank you for the generous contribution. Nev says, Coach Tibbs does not allow players to play the game freely and use the creativity. He wants players to just do certain things and not deviate from that. And to my point, so what?
That's bad, Freezy. So that's bad. I would fire you.
Right. Hey, I'm gonna tell you this. So you would fire me because the Knicks are 8-2 after RJ Barrett was traded.
No, I'm not. No.
No, that's what you just said. That's what you just said.
No. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about as far as Tibbs and all that. Like he's doing too much, and he's been doing too much for way too long and getting away with it.
Who? Tibbs?
Yes.
Man, that man has a winning record all time.
Just because you win and you lose in a second round, that don't what is that? Because be honest, if we go to the playoffs and we lose in the first round, what everybody gonna say? Be honest. Fire Tibbs, right or wrong?
This is what I'm gonna say. I'm sure glad we don't have David Fizdale no more. I'm sure glad we don't have Jeff Hornacek anymore. I'm sure glad we don't have Derek Fisher anymore. I'm sure glad we don't have Kurt Rambis anymore. That's what I'm going to say.
I'm just saying.
I'm sure glad we don't have Isaiah Thomas anymore. That's what I'm going to say.
So you don't think Tibbs be like so basically what you're saying is Tibbs is fine. Like he's correct, and next year he should get a 5-year extension.
No, that's not what I'm saying. You got to listen to me. I never said that. As a matter of fact, I said the opposite. Like the whole time before you got here, I said I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I feel like as Knicks fans, we need to have this conversation. Chat, did I not say that? Chat, have I not been saying that for the 7 minutes I was allowed to stay on topic?
Oh. So we'll get back on topic then. I'm sorry.
Yo, the whole time I have been saying I don't have an opinion one way or the other. As a matter of fact, I used an example of me interviewing candidates. I was like, yo, when I used to interview candidates, man, you know, I'm not interviewing candidates all much. Chat, did I not say that? I never mentioned RJ Barrett's name. I asked you a specific question. Do you feel like Tom Thibodeau messed up RJ Barrett's development, giving you the floor for you to express either yes or no? It's like state your answer and elaborate on it. I never had a thing in the fire. I'm the moderator asking you a question. I threw you a fastball down the middle of the plate. I was expecting you to be all Aaron Judge. That's for people that like the Yankees.
I can't be because like Tibbs is a moron, man.
Okay. But you're not elaborating on why you think Tibbs is a moron, bro.
Because his adjustments and things like that. And it's like, all right, like prime example, everybody clamoring, oh, Deuce is about to be back in the rotation. He's not gonna be back in the rotation. Everybody don't see what people are saying, and other teams, as soon as they find a point guard or shooting guard, bench Deuce is gonna go back in the. I don't know where he's gonna go. Like, and that's bad.
He gonna be in Canarsie.
Like, that's bad, man. Like, who's the other backups? We need a backup center if we want to go deep in the playoffs. Who's the backup center? Because I don't even know what his name is that we just signed. I don't see it. Like, I don't see it.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna get to these last 2 points and then put the link in the chat. Right. So veteran guards on the Knicks radar, and finally the Knicks are serious about being contenders. I think the front office is finally serious about being championship level contenders, because I feel like last playoffs they saw that Tom Thibodeau may have been pressing the right buttons, and the young players on the roster did not answer the call. Right. And I'm saying may have pressed the right buttons. Nobody can guarantee that he did. Right. But for what we saw, most of the games that we played in the playoffs were very competitive 2 to 3 possession wins or losses. Right. One game, I think maybe game 4 was just like a blowout. Maybe game 4. Right. That's it. Right. And with that said, RJ Barrett didn't answer the bell. Randall didn't answer the bell for whatever reason. Randall didn't answer the bell. He didn't answer it. Right? Quickly didn't answer the bell. Grimes didn't answer the bell. Obi didn't answer the bell. Mitch didn't answer the bell. And if you notice right now on the active roster, the only player left, right, from that young core is Grimes. And now Grimes is disgruntled. Right? Grimes is disgruntled. So now Grimes is a disgruntled star. The Knicks are looking to add the pieces necessary to be a championship contender. And some of our favorite players may not be on that roster that lists the trophy. That's something that we all have to live with, right? But you know what? If they lift the trophy, so what? I don't care. If the Knicks lift the trophy, I don't care if RJ Barrett plays for the Shanghai Sharks. That's me, right? JJ, if the Knicks lift the trophy, do you care if Julius Randle played for the Portland Trailblazers? No. All right. So with that said, man, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. So I'm gonna put the link in the chat so people can come up here and start talking about they socks and underwear as opposed to staying on topic. That thing be frustrating me, bro. I be up here legit. Like, we'll be talking about a thing, and they be like, well, let me ask you this. I just be wanting to just, bro, Ribby, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I just be wanting to boot panelists off the island, bro. Like, you ever saw that show Survivor?
Nah, what's that, bro?
I just want the helicopter to come in and just take them off the island. You know what I'm saying? Like legit, the chat will be on one topic, and we'll be talking about that topic, man. Like Fitzroy will say something, and we'll be like talking about what Fitzroy said, and everybody getting in, and then somebody will jump in, and then they'll be like, yo, but what about Brooklyn backup point guard? And you like, Brooklyn backup point guard? What in the world? Yo, fellas, what's good?
Yo.
Doing good. I mean, I just got back from getting lunch.
He met you already coming. Matt's already coming in talking about lunch. What's good, man? What'd you have for lunch?
Went to TSC, got myself a salad.
Okay.
That's good.
Nev, what's good, bro? How you been, man?
I'm good, Frizzy. I'm good. How are you doing? How's everybody?
Hey, listen, man, we don't have time for that, bro.
Yeah.
Do you like tips or not?
Of course not.
You already know my case. I do the guys in overkill, tunnel vision.
Okay, all right. I got you.
Good,
Nev was get ready.
Yeah. What happened? This is a perfect example, Uncle Frizzy, that you should not do. Never hire a guy, a friend of yours, that has a stronger will than you and has an alternate vision than you have.
Okay.
Because eventually his vision will prevail. This is what happened with the Knicks right now.
Okay.
Coach Steve's vision is being implemented, and that hasn't been a good vision, as his past record has shown. So, Leon Rose hired his best friend, and his best friend has a stronger will than he has. So his best friend has become the face of the Knicks, literally in every fashion. And right now, his vision is being executed. And that's not good. Because as you can see, there's another team that has leapfrogged us by doing it the right way. If we had given up the picks and get OG, we would have OG plus our plays. We would not say, oh, we have a problem on the bench right now. because all we would have add OG to the mix. And then from there, we could have made a trade. Say now we have abundance of players. We need to consolidate. Then we could have done that, but we did it wrong, and we have taken a step back. Right now, Indiana has a better chance, will surpass us, and have a better chance of winning the title before we do. Yeah, because we're going to struggle. As you can see, we struggle mightily. And even our young core, we don't have a young core. The last player on this thing is looking to get out because he's seen what happened to the players that has that have left already. They're striving, they get in the minutes, they get into play freely, they get into use their creativity. On
And-
this team, you have, and there was a game, I think it was the was it the it was the Grizzly game where Jules had a wide open layup literally next to the rim, and he passed the ball to Julius, all the way out to Julius. And you see that every time Julius is on the court, like
Exactly.
our players, they don't make a move. They take one dribble or two dribbles, give up the ball to Julius. And that's what this team is. It's still the same way it's always been. You don't make a move first until Julius gets the ball. And that's not how basketball. That's not how basketball should be. Any player shouldn't be playing that way. That's not how you play basketball. You give every player the freedom to do what they can do with a hierarchy. They should know who to go to for certain shots, but they shouldn't be always being acquiescing to that player. This is not how you play basketball. Grimes shouldn't be taking two or three dribbles and then giving up the ball every time. Every time somebody's on the court. That's not basketball. And that's been our problem. And
That's my point exactly. I mean, the
Matt,
fact
Matt, let him finish. We're gonna get to you, bro.
yeah. And as you will see, the next time we see Obi going to be a different player. Because another thing we haven't shown under this coach is development. We haven't done that. Players are not, players are not reaching a certain level where they ascend into a higher level. That's not happening here. That's the frustrating part. I'm watching this team, and all what we were supposed to do, having abundance of talent, bringing in a guy, we have 22 picks. We don't give up none of these picks. We held on to these picks. We got a player, and now we're saying, "Oh, we don't have a bench." What kind of crap is this? It's so frustrating.
All right, let me go. Let Mets jump in. Let Mets get some of this. Hey, man.
and and this is where that mindset and that repeated mantra of me calling Thibodeau a tin man that needs to be scrapped has to be put into play. I mean, it's the machine overcoming the man in this case. The more his influence gets pushed in, the less influence Leon Rose has. And it's at the point where it has to be on the fans to push Thibodeau out, to force Rose to push him out at any and all costs. If you want to survive, you have to cut the toxic, cancerous influence, and Thibodeau is that cancer. Getting rid of these young players is going to do us more harm than good. If Grimes wants to leave, then more power to him. I don't have an issue with it. But it's because of the coach who's choosing to make sacrifices out of these young players rather than making the sacrifice for the young players that this team could get burnt to the ground as early as next season.
I agree.
Chat, what y'all think?
I agree.
I think all three of y'all are wrong.
Oh
and I think all three of y'all are so wrong right now. And the reason being is and I'm saying this not to be mean to y'all point, right? What I'm saying to you is How do you guys make that point when the Knicks in the last 10 games are 8-2? And while y'all were talking, right? While y'all were talking about it, man, what I noticed is that no team in the NBA in the last 10 games have a better record than the Knicks. Nobody. Since the Knicks made this move, the Knicks are competitive with the best teams in the league. To me, it looks like if there is something to be said about Tibbs, like you guys have may dislike Tibbs, but to point out that the team is in a bad way because of Tibbs, I think y'all searching, bro. I think y'all reaching really hard.
Wow.
Yeah, it may look like we striving right now, but you can clearly see there we have holes on this team, holes that we
Deuce is
shouldn't
not
have.
it.
We shouldn't have those holes. It's not that we didn't get a good play, um, Uncle Freezy at the chat. We did.
Okay.
It's just that we could have done it differently and bring him on board with what we had already. Just add him as a additional piece. What
But
Indiana?
Nev, see, that's the thing. This is where you're losing me at. So you're blaming what the front office did on the coach, right? And I know the coach has input, but to say that Tom Thibodeau is the reason why the front office did such and such, there's no proof of that.
Well, that's my observation. They are basically executing Coach Steve's vision. That's what they're doing. Because, like I said, if you have a business, never hire a friend that has a stronger will than you. Because Tibbs, and it's not that there's a separation of powers with this organization. There is not a separation of powers because Leon Rose is Steve's best friend. And Leon Rose has never taken the hem and say, I'm the general manager, I'm the boss here. He doesn't do that. He acquiesces to Tibbs. Tibbs is our guy. When anything happens to the Knicks,
Where's your proof?
my proof is it's just check who's going to be our mouthpiece. Who are we going to ask any question to? Who they going to put in front of the media? Tibbs. It's not Leon Rose. Leon Rose is not coming or putting anybody else to be the face of this organization. They have given Tibbs all the power he needs. They have basically said, "It's your show, run it." That's what they have done. They have taken a backseat to this guy. They literally have done that.
Hey, Matt, you agree with what Nev is saying?
Yeah, I'm more in the same wavelength with Nev. I mean, the fact Leon Rose bringing Tibbs in proves one thing to me. The guy's an overkill people pleaser. He will sweep Tibbs's flaws under the rug instead of bothering to confront them head on. Right, Nev?
Yeah.
So, but how does that equate to the Knicks being 8-2 in the last 10 games? And on top of that, the Knicks have made the playoffs 2 out of the last 3 seasons. The one season they didn't make it, they had injuries everywhere.
And that equates to Tibbs' coaching style where he grinds players into the ground. Anyway, getting back on what I was going to say, in my view, if you look at last night's game against Washington, it was bad. It was a terrible win. You know how badly we got outscored on the bench? 33-7. 33-7. You know what word comes to mind when you think of that? Pathetic.
And Freezy
did nothing. Fournier was garbage. Deuce and Achua were the only two to put up any points for the bench.
And Freezy, it's not that we can just look at this in a vacuum of it's not that we haven't gotten better with this trade. It's just that we haven't taken a substantial leap to win a championship. You cannot sit here and say this team is capable of winning the championship the way it's constructed right now.
Right.
No, I
yeah.
think Freezy believes so.
No, not really. And King Rick, I can speak for myself, man. I'm a big boy.
Okay.
Everybody knows this team is not capable of winning the championship. It's obvious. We have holes. You know, how are you going? We playing these two guys almost 40 minutes already, and it's in the regular season. How you think by the time playoff comes around, we can keep that up? Every time we have to win, Brunson and Julius have to give us 30. How long we gonna keep that up? You know, how long are we going to last that way? Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if we have an answer for that, bro.
Because we don't. We gave up the player that was the answer. Instead of giving it more peaks, we did that. You know, we gave up the player that, and I understand they have, you know, they hired this coach. They want to go full out. That's their prerogative. I thought that was the wrong hire. I have said that, you know me.
Right.
This, you know, I have said that this was the wrong hire. And matter of fact, when I don't think nobody has made this point. I haven't heard it yet. When Becky Hammond made that comment, that wasn't directly to Brunson. That was really a comment to management. They had hired the wrong coach because at that time, that's who I wanted the management to hire. It was Becky Hammond. I thought they should have made that move, and especially she's a woman, you know, and they would be the first team to hire a woman as a coach. I thought that was an excellent thing. She has won 2 titles. That was a direct shot at management for not hiring her. Yeah,
right.
And which I believe that's why she was.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you just say Becky Hammond won 2 titles? Where?
In WNBA.
No, you're not. I am not sound with doing Becky Hammond as the coach.
Dude,
Right.
she coached on the. Why people don't want to give her the credentials? Any other coach that coached on the Pop would have gotten that kind of credentials. Come on, because she's a woman.
No.
Come on.
No, that's not.
She
no,
coached on the couch. She has, you know, she won 2 titles. I don't know if she has won a title as a player. I cannot remember. I don't know her resume that well, you know. But I mean, come on. I mean, would gladly hire Udoka, and he came under Coach Pops.
We never hired Udoka.
But we would have.
You don't know that, so we could say the same thing about Becky Hammond. We would, but you don't know that.
All right. But what I'm saying is that the reason she went, because she won with the exact type of player as Brunson. If you look at how she won her 2 titles, it's the same. I think Plum is pretty much a Brunson. You know,
the only team she coached to a championship is the San Antonio Spurs 2015 Summer League team. That's it.
What about the Las Vegas Aces?
Yeah, we're talking about NBA coaching. We don't. Yeah, nobody cares about. I don't care if you won championship in college.
Basketball, man.
No, basketball is not basketball.
Basketball is basketball. That's why we hire. That's why we hire college coaches, or that's why some teams hire college.
No,
coaches
you hire college coaches off their potential to win championships.
Come on, man. We cannot do that. We cannot say.
Using this as a base.
We hire international coaches. Come on. That's the reason we do that, because we cannot say it's just you have to be just in the NBA. We cannot do that. We cannot do that. That's unacceptable to me. You know, it's like saying I am a word processor, and because I'm working the US, somebody in a foreign country that's a word processor cannot do the same thing I'm doing. That doesn't compute to me.
No. What we're saying is the cream rises to the top.
and she is a
Right,
competent
right. What?
coach.
So you're saying that about the Knicks with all the other NBA teams with job openings? How come she don't work for them?
Because they made a mistake, and
So
she, I don't know if
so
she, I don't know if
everybody's making a
she,
mistake.
I don't think she's ready to leave. Maybe she's not ready to leave where she's at right now. I have no idea. But you
But
cannot
why is that
tell
the
me somebody,
why is that the case for them, but that's not the case for us? So for for us, we made a mistake, but for them, she's not ready to lose her
because
job, leave her job.
because it's not that if we had hired somebody else beside Tibbs that would have developed our players and we are be on a different path, that would be fine. But the reason it's a mistake because we hired Tibbs, you know, and where we going right now, we're not going the right direction. You know, it may look okay because the next trade we make, we're going to have to deplete our team to bring another player in. You know,
And it's basically the
The
and
same.
superstar.
because the player we have right now, some of the players cannot function. They literally cannot function under this coach.
It's the same get rich quick scheme we fell into when Isaiah
So,
Thomas was GM.
so we reckon some of our players. We reckon some of our players. That's what we're doing. And then we say they're not good. Everybody, get rid of Grimes. Get rid. That's what I was hearing. I'm hearing this
Hey,
every day
let me bring
now.
in Fritz because Fritz been. Hey, Fritz, what's good, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. It's
Well,
been a long time.
long time, man. I don't think At first, I didn't like them getting Tibbs, but I think my problem is they said Tibbs was the starter coach,
Okay.
and now you're making Tibbs from the starter coach to the forever coach, and he came in. You said he was a new man. He learned new tricks. Um, but that old dog's there. That old dog's there. Like he ain't learning.
Okay.
So I mean, at this point, I'm like, okay, there are holes in his coaching, and he hasn't made an attempt to fix it or brought in anybody to take those responsibilities. And I think they should just go from the starter coach to get your follow up coach. And what he's done up to here, that's good so far, but he doesn't have to be the forever coach.
Okay. So let me stop you right. Let me stop you right there. So the starter coach forever coach thing, I'm not for sure. And so I'll be interested in listening to you build on that. But in terms of saying that Tom Thibodeau hadn't changed things is false. Right?
Oh no, I think he's changed
so
things here, but like you know those
He
things
needs
that were
to be developed.
concern when he was hired, and they went on that whole press tour of saying I've changed, and they showed footage of I visited other coaches and I've learned and the relationships. Did he?
yeah. I think what you're saying is false, is patently false. Right.
Okay.
And so and here's why. For one, Tom Thibodeau and his original offenses were solely predicated on pick and roll guys getting to the rim and finishing. Right now, your point guard, Jalen Brunson, is the best spot up 3-point shooting guard in the NBA upon his arrival to the New York Knicks. And
Mhm.
before we say, well, Jalen Brunson was always that guy, that is also false. Before Jalen Brunson got to the Knicks, he was not that guy. Jalen Brunson was not a spot up 3-point shooter. He did not shoot the three at a high level like he is now, and he didn't do it at this high of a percentage, right?
Hmm.
So before we say that Tom Thibodeau didn't impact a guy or whatever,
Oh, I'm not saying that.
Jalen Brunson with the Dallas Mavericks averaged for his career in Dallas, right? For his career in Dallas, Jalen Brunson took 3 3-pointers a game, right? And before people talk about minutes, Jalen Brunson
It's
averaged
close.
24 minutes a game. Before we say, oh, Jalen Brunson didn't play. No, he played, and he played a lot. right? He played a lot with Dallas, right? But he only took at his peak 3.2 3-pointers a game. This year with the Knicks, he's taking 6.6. And right now with the Knicks, Jalen Brunson is shooting 42.6% from three. And last year, he shot 41%, 41.6% from three, right?
Mhm.
And you can link that change to Tom Thibodeau and the Knicks. I think what we do in our hatred for a guy, our built up frustration with a guy, we use any low hanging fruit excuse to blame
Crazy.
Tibbs. But Nev, listen, when you were talking, bro, I stopped people from cutting you off, right?
Thank you,
Right?
Crazy.
Right? When I'm saying, I just want to finish my point. Right? And Mets, didn't I ask you to hold on so Nev could speak?
I
Yeah.
apologize. I
And
apologize.
then when
I
Mets was
apologize.
talking, I was telling y'all to be quiet so Mets can talk.
Yeah, I apologize.
All I want to do was finish my point. My
I
point
apologize.
is that whether you like Tom Thibodeau or not is not fair to say that that man did or did not make changes or adjustments to players, rotations, and schemes, right? Because the
Oh,
scheme we run
I agree. I agree.
the scheme we ran with Alfred Payton is not the scheme that we run with Jalen Brunson. And whoever says it's the same thing, I challenge you to furnish proof.
Frizzy, can I disagree?
Fritz was about this. Go ahead, Fritz, and then we're gonna go to Nav.
No, I agree with you. He's done some things, but like those skills that he hasn't improved on, they need to be improved. And I just don't see his. You saw quickly he penned his letter. Every player that goes out, they don't quite think Kid Tibbs on the way out. Like they don't like his soft skills aren't there. The way he
Right.
deals with the players isn't there.
Agreed.
These are the things that he said he was going to work on when he came in.
Okay.
That and we talked about integrating like the new NBA
Right.
and how players work. He's not doing those things, but that's the things I think is needed now. Now the defense is clearly his bread and butter.
Right.
Why can't you take Johnny Bryan? He's been there 4 years. You can't tell me that he doesn't know how Tib coaches.
I'm confused. I think you confused us
No,
with
no.
that.
Okay, so you've had, he's had the assistants for 4 years. You couldn't tell me that one of his assistants couldn't take what they've learned from Tibbs for 4 years and add these new skills that they have and make a better product.
Okay. All right. Nev wanted to jump in, bro.
Frizzy, let me give you an excellent example. Let's take Josh Hart for example. If Josh Hart would able to hit freeze, we won't be here complaining about Josh Hart minutes or playing anything to that effect, because Josh Hart falls in the category of Tibbs boys. He's one of Tibbs guys, so he's going to get all the minutes he
Nev,
wants.
you know Josh Hart never played for Tibbs before he got here, right?
Dude, do you remember when they got Josh Hart, how Tibbs was
Oh
elated?
man, Nev,
How you
come on,
went
bro.
off
Come
and
on,
he
bro.
can
You
play
can't talk to
power
you
forward?
can't, bro. Come on,
Come
bro. You
on.
can't.
No, that's a fact. That's a
The
yeah.
problem,
Nah.
the
Nah, bro.
issue.
Nah,
Okay,
nah.
okay.
You can't
Can
talk
I,
public.
let me finish
No,
make this
no.
point. Let me
Public.
finish make this
No
point.
public relations stuff, man. Don't talk to
Let
me
me
about PR stuff, man.
let me finish make this point.
You already know
No,
PR
no,
firms
no,
make
no.
billions of
Let,
dollars a year for
let me
putting
finish
out
make this
good
point.
PR.
The point I'm trying to make is that Jalen Brunson is one of Tibbs' guys. He's going to get all the minutes he wants to do whatever, just like Josh Hart. They're going to get all the minutes they want. So if they can play, shoot, it's going to come out.
Right.
Just like Josh Hart cannot shoot. He can do a
Hey,
lot of
hey,
things.
wait right there. Hold on right there, right. You know that Tom Thibodeau played Quentin Grimes, his hand-picked draft pick, right? His hand-picked draft pick. He played Quentin Grimes over a player that the front office signed to a 4-year deal.
Who is that?
Evan Fournier. You know who it is. Come on, Nav. Don't play yourself. Come
But
on.
Evan Fournier is
You know
not
who
a
Evan
one of
Fournier
Tibbs'
is.
guys. We all know that.
Right. But the point is that Quentin Grimes is a Fournier guy, and now he is not.
But the reason Grimes is not able to function because he's not given the freedom to do whatever.
Oh,
Like Brunson. Brunson can do whatever.
and
And all
wait,
I'm saying,
So you're wait a minute. So you're saying that this should be a meritocracy. Everybody get a fair chance. Everybody get a fair chance.
yes, that's what coaches
Hell,
do.
no, that's not what
That's what
coaches
coaches
that do.
do. Good
What?
coaches do that.
You crazy. Coaches that do that get fired. Listen, coaches that do that come work for me.
Come
Hey,
on, that's what
NBA
good
coach,
coaches
if you're an
do.
NBA coach out there, you about to run a meritocracy, I'm hiring. I'll interview you next week once your ass get fired.
You have to have a hierarchy as well as a meritocracy. The meritocracy is to make everybody feel like they're important. The hierarchy is to know where we're going to go for bread and butter.
Fritz,
You
Nev
know,
want to give these dudes virtual hugs. You want me to give them teddy bears too?
dude, you have to do that sometimes. You have to give. It's part of being a coach. You cannot just give them. You cannot just give them discipline all the time. And
Ribby, I'm gonna go get some
come.
teddy bears. I'll be right back.
Nah, but to be honest, yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is that the point I was trying to make, Bronson falls under
No,
one of
not
Tibbs'
to cut you off
guys.
though, but to be honest, I agree with everything you're saying. Like for real. It's just Freezy he just don't. For some reason. I don't know why.
Yeah, because he cannot see it. Bronson falls under one of Tibbs' guys.
Yes.
We've been since Tibbs got here. We have a two factions on these teams. The guys he consider his guys, and the guys that are not Tibbs guys.
Facts.
And to me, no coach should be doing that because the whole team belongs to the coach. It doesn't belong to somebody else, you know. Yeah, but that dynamic has played out where you either on you one of his guys or you're not. And when you're one of his guys, you get all the minutes you want.
Facts.
You know,
Exactly.
Josh Hart is one of his guys. He doesn't sit out, doesn't matter. He does that, can do no wrong. It's not that Josh Hart is not a good player, but Josh Hart, there are times he cannot shoot the ball. There are times where Grimes is harder. You know, you can go with somebody else. He doesn't have a feel for the game. It's always Josh Hart. You know Josh Hart's going to play 38 minutes. You can put 38 minutes next to his name because that's what he's going to play. You know, and regardless if he's scoring well or defending well or whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, and that's not how a coach should run a team. You know, because there are times where Grimes will have a good game. And a perfect example of that is Malachi Flynn. Malachi Flynn, this first game he played, first half he played excellent. Second half he doesn't see the court. Why? Why you don't reward a player that's playing well? Saying you playing excellent. I want you to play this way. I'm going to reward you. Instead, Malachi Flynn got punished for playing very well because he didn't see the court in the second half. What kind of message you sending to your players when you do that? Are you telling them playing well is a reward for playing more minutes? Or are you telling them playing your way? I want you to play a particular that's your reward for playing and not playing well. That's what Malachi Flynn got. If I am a player, that's what I'm going to take out of that thing. You know, because this coach has a reputation. Yeah, players know that. Yeah,
I know.
pretend like players don't know team's reputation. And here I am, my first game. I played very well. I went off, and I don't see the cut in the second half. Yeah, and since that time, what have we gotten from Malachi Flynn? Zero, nothing. Because that was a bad message to send for a player you just traded for, and his first time on your team, and you're literally telling him playing well does not matter.
That's a fact. It's Tibbs, man. But some people in the chat agrees with.
I'm a controversial guy, man, so I can
Like,
take the hit.
I don't agree with it. Like for real.
So I know they're not going to agree with me, and that's fine.
Yeah. I thought a little bit different about Malachi Flynn and Precious Achua. I don't think they're going to be around, so I don't think he's going to put that much stock in them being here. I think he's just just giving them some court time so other teams can see him, but I don't think they'll be around in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
How they don't got either, so they're gonna get waived.
No, I think they're just going to be traded. They can be traded one for one.
They can't be traded.
Yes, again, they can be traded one for one. They just can't be aggregated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you can take Malachi Flynn. You can add a second round pick, and you can get someone else. You just can't put Malachi Flynn with someone else.
We have
and get someone else.
like Fournier, and
Yeah, you can't put those two together unless you break the trade in half or something. But yeah, I think he just wanted to get him on the floor, have some court time. That's it.
Yeah. I guess, man. This is hard, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my bad, man. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
That's
Listen,
okay.
man.
That's okay, Freezy. Hey.
Be sad, man.
Yo, yeah, listen, I got something for you, Nav. I got something for you.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Hey, this is Tom Thibodeau playbook right here. This is the Tom Thibodeau playbook. Give grown ass millionaires living in New York City virtual hugs.
Yeah.
Bro, I mean, yo, when you're a grown man, professional athlete, living your dream, bro, that's not enough. Millions of dollars is not enough, man. You got to give them virtual hugs, bro.
Yeah.
Can I have a question, Freezy?
Yeah. Can you have a question? Or you asking
No,
me?
I just have a question.
Okay.
Now, just on Tom Thibodeau, why don't you think he's been extended?
Why do I think he has not been extended? I don't know. I haven't given it any thought. In fairness to your question, I just don't have a feeling about it. No disrespect.
Okay.
Right. What I do have a feeling about though is that the Knicks are 8-2 in the last 10 games. No other team in the NBA has a better record in the last 10 games than the Knicks, who are at the moment the Knicks are 7 or 8 games over 500.
8.
Right. The Knicks are 8 games. Yeah, the Knicks are 8 games over 500. And we are legit in here criticizing the Knicks for not being good enough.
Oh, I'm not criticizing.
Because it's not about their record, and like I said, it's not about the record. It's about where are we going in several months? Are we going to be one of those teams? Are we going to be one of the teams in the playoff, play-in? What is our projection? Can we say we are capable of winning a first round series? I don't know if we are capable of even winning a first round series. Yes, we have made this move, but we have created other holes. So I'm not even capable of saying I can sit here and say
you keep tying stuff together, bro. You keep tying stuff together. I got somebody want to talk to you, bro.
I'm saying.
Do you remember how you held me then? Now you you got me reaching out. And do you see you got me falling in more times than I can get out. Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, how long do I got to keep you, to keep you? Down in the deep of my mind, I crawl for you and you're always inside. Down in the deep of my mind, trying so hard not to keep you, to keep you.
Wiz, what's good?
I just want to
Yo,
tell Nev, I disagree. Nev, I disagree.
He disagrees.
Thanks, Wiz. Long time, man.
My island, man. Irie. Boy.
Yep.
By the way,
hold on, Wiz. Hey, so and for the others that join, man, what we ask when y'all first come up is for y'all to at least put your cameras up and stuff so that we can see who you are first, to ensure that we're not dealing with trolls and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things that I ask everybody to do. Even Fritz Alson, even though Fritz is on now, but he's been on camera with us before. And so what I'm asking for all the new guys, just make sure, just have your camera on first. It's just, you know what I'm saying, just protocol and all that stuff to make sure that you know what I'm saying, we don't get trolled or nothing like that. So Wiz, what's good, bro? You disagree?
I'm by the LA River. It's about 1 foot deep, and it's all concreted. That's the LA River right there.
Hey, Mike, you got something playing in the background, bro?
Oh, my bad. Let me turn it down.
Okay. I'm gonna mute Mike for just a second. So, all right, there we go. There we go. Hey, Austin, what's good, bro?
What's going on, brothers?
Hey, man, Wiz up here crying us a LA River.
I see, man. I hear it.
It's like 1 foot deep. No, I'm not crying. Nev.
Oh,
Yeah.
he said Nev is crying the LA River. Wow.
Orange and blue
That's
tears.
right.
Orange and blue tears. Hudson River on here, man.
Yeah. There's a lot I agree with you, Nev. There's a lot I agree with you. As you know, I'm not a fan of Tibbs as far as a championship coach.
Yes.
A initial starter coach, like you said, starter coach is a term I love. I love the term starter coach. Got the culture. No one disagrees on the fact that Tibbs has brought us to where we are. No one disagrees on what he's done in the past 4 years. I commend him. I want to give him a gold watch. I want to give him, a brand new car. Maybe like a 1940 Chevy. Chevy wasn't around then. but I mean, I do think that like last night, it was another example of him potentially damaging players. Again, I blame him for hurting Mitch worse than he was, because I think Mitch, those extra 5 minutes he played after he was hurt, could have caused a surgery need. It may have been, of course, I don't know. I didn't, analyze him. I'm not a doctor. But when a guy's hurt, you got to take him out of the game. When I saw Brunson last night,
Wiz, hold on, Wiz. Okay, so there's a random shot at Tibbs, right? But the thing about that, the reason why that's a sucker punch is because Tom Thibodeau didn't make him go back in the game. He was cleared by the Knicks medical staff to go back in, and then once Tibbs knew that, instead of using discretion, Tibbs played him. But if he wasn't cleared by the medical staff, Tom Thibodeau would never have played him.
I'm not gonna put all the blame on Tim, but Tim has the final say in playing a player when the player shows some kind of injury or pain or something or fatigue, whatever it was. Last night for me was the example. Again, we've seen the 2 minutes left, up by 25 seconds left, up by 20, and he leaves our starters in there, and they've gotten a little tweak and was that close to being out. Last time when I saw Brunson grab his tie, he played the entire second half. I'm going to take the loss rather than have Brunson potentially coming off an injury, have something else be wrong with him, and you leave him in the game to just fight through it to get us the victory. I'm just saying that that's kind of mentality, that kind of thought process for me. I think hurts the team. Tibbs likes 9 players. Ideally, he probably would love 5 players if we could. If you get our 5 guys play 48 minutes, and these guys can last, so can make it through, he'll play 5. But he plays guys he trusts, and he does trust veterans the most, which is not an illogical process. It's a logical thought process to trust veterans. I trust veterans. If you ask me right now who do I want at the end of the game taking a shot, CP3 or John Morant or LaMelo Ball, I'm taking CP3 because a veteran has proven over and over again that what I've seen. I've seen evidence. I love evidence. But with Tibbs, man, you got to get guys in there playing enough minutes to be ready for later on, and resting guys right now who are showing us what they can do. It's just a fine balance between resting them enough to be competitive in the game, but not overworking them where they're going to be no good to us if we win the division and all the players are fatigued at the end of the season, we get knocked out first round.
Right. So you're saying it's better to be well rested in the play-in, be the 10 seed. It's better to be well rested and be in the play-in spot and then play your way to the Eastern Conference Finals than it would be to acquire the 3 seed in a full-out sprint where you can rest players in April. I got you. I understand your point.
I said there's a balance.
I understand your point, Wiz. You're absolutely, completely, 100% wrong.
No, I said there's a balance. There's a balance in there. We got to find the balance. I said first place, to division lead or playoff spot in the right, not playoff spot. So it's not play-in, but it's not division championship either. If we're going to win the division and have our players exhausted or injured, then I'd rather be the 3rd, 4th seed or 5th seed than be first place.
I'm surrounded by teddy bears, bro. You want me to ship the? I got a teddy bear for Grimes. You want me to send? Yeah, hey man, hey Mike.
I love teddy bears, man.
No, I'm saying, man, I would rather not risk injury to these guys, especially when the injury is based on fatigue. If it's based on fatigue, then I got to take them out of the game and rest them. But anyway,
okay. Let me bring something in real quick. Hold on, y'all.
Okay.
What's up, boss? Hey man, let me
fellas?
Ain't nothing. Let me get to Mike really quick. I just wanted to welcome Mike up to the live stream, man, and let him because Wiz and Nev can go on and on. So before they go on and on like an Erykah Badu song, man, I just want to welcome Mike.
Break it on.
Yeah. Mike, what's good, man?
What's going on, fellas? Y'all can hear me good?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Listen, man. I hear a lot of crying on here. It's but first of all, listen, Freezy, when you get around to it, I just want to address this myth that Tibbs doesn't develop players. I don't understand why we keep doing this. It's been going on for like 2 years now. He's developed players from when he was in Chicago. Jimmy Butler wouldn't be who he is if it wasn't for Tibbs. Let's cut it out.
Right. Well, what about let's stay right there just for a moment, right? Should we not give Tom Thibodeau credit for developing Julius Randle?
That's a fact. That is a fact. Who was Julius Randle before he got to the New York Knicks?
Right. Should we not give Tom Thibodeau credit for developing Jalen Brunson?
That's 100% fact. Emmanuel Quickly.
Bro, yeah.
I don't know how we can give a coach credit for players' talent. To me, it's not based. I would give teams credit for developing, say, a guy in the G League and turning him into a player. I believe that's how you. If you want to.
What about a second-round pick? What about a second-round pick? Would you give him credit?
Oh, a second, yeah.
Mitchell Robinson.
Mitchell Robinson and Jalen Brunson were second-round picks. What are you talking about now?
But no. We all know Brunson could play.
You see how we all
know Brunson could play when he was playing in Dallas. We just didn't think he was going to attain that level. So it's not that we didn't. It's not that we didn't know he could play. We all said
Jalen Brunson
we
career
thought.
high was 16 points a year. Nobody thought this was coming. Let's stop. Let's cut it out.
Come on, man. What are we doing?
Nobody thought this was
You
coming.
have to give the players some credit here.
Exactly.
We cannot put so much. We cannot give the coach so much of the credit for the players' talent. That's what I'm saying. We got to be a little more balanced here.
But let's give Tibbs some credit. Let's give him some.
Yeah,
We're not
some
saying
credit.
all.
Yeah,
Let's give
some
him
credit.
some.
Some credit for
but
playing.
we on this panel talking about him like he's a bum.
Not all of us on the
But
panel, Mike. Come on, bro. You
The
gotta,
reason
you gotta get,
it's not that we
I understand
said
what you're saying. I understand what Mike is saying. Mike is like, yo, it's
I
a lot
have
of y'all on
never
this
called.
panel
I would
that's
never
saying
call
that
Coach
Tibbs
Tibbs a bum.
y'all talking
I
about
would never.
Tibbs like he's the enemy or something like that, bro. He took your team.
He just gotta go.
Yeah. He took your team from a 17-win team that featured Mario Hezonja at point guard, along with Noah Vonleh, Emmanuel Mudiay. The Knicks were trying to develop those guys on those one-year deals. Tibbs gets here, bro. Tibbs gets here, and all of a sudden you make the playoffs, and y'all are crying over Kadeem Allen.
Alfred Payton was the starting point guard,
But Tibbs did not do that by himself.
Nobody
But he
said
was in
that.
charge.
Nobody said that.
They had
Nobody said
management brought a lot of these players in.
Facts.
That Tibbs is looking with.
Wait, stop right there, Nev. Management brought in talent, right?
Yes.
So why aren't you not mentioning Austin Rivers? Why are you not saying Vincent Poirier name? Why are you not talking about Norvell Pell?
Yes.
Dude, everything.
Luca, what's the other Luca name? The other Luca.
Why you not talking about Luca Shaman?
In the chat.
Kemba
Every team goes through that. Every team goes through where they bring in players, where they think that this guy is the guy. They draft this guy. They draft this guy, and it doesn't pan out. That happens all around. That's a common thing.
No, you don't.
Yes.
In this organization,
yes.
No, on a year-to-year basis, front offices don't clean house. The Knicks came in and cleaned house, right? And you're not giving the front office credit for doing that. Like you out here, you not mentioning names like. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead, because clearly you got like 8 months of frustration.
The problem I'm having here, we want to give the coach all the credit.
Nobody's saying
all.
That's what we're doing. But that's what we're doing. We don't want to give the players none of the credit. We don't want to give management any of the credit. All I'm saying here, distribute this thing all around. Give the players some of the credit because they are talented. They will have, they're working on their craft.
Yeah, will you give some of the players? Will you give those same players some of the blame?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, do that.
You know
then.
me.
You have not.
You know
not
me.
been balanced.
You know me. I don't even like some of what Julius is doing. I still believe he gets away way too much shit. Excuse me.
The all-star gets away with too much.
You know what it sounds like to me, Free?
Two-time All-NBA.
Yeah, you know what it sounds like? It sounds like we got a lot of emotional damage going on the way people going in. And I've said it before. I wasn't the biggest Tibbs fans because, and to hear me out, you said you were going to rebuild. Myself, I couldn't say rebuild and Tibbs with a bunch of young players at the time. Proved me wrong because he always seen them with veteran teams, right? He changed the culture. Yes, under Tibbs, Julius Randle has become an all-star. He got the shot, and he's grown as a player. He's gotten better. He's better as a player than he was before.
But he got the most improved player under Tom Thibodeau.
Exactly.
So what does that mean? That means Tom Thibodeau helped
did
improve, right?
Yes, indeed he did. And also Emmanuel quickly came as runner-up for Sixth Man of the Year last year because of Tibbs and everything. And I was one of those that was dead set. And I'm just keeping it a buck. And you and I talked about it before, Freeze. So and I'm standing on it with an elephant collar shirt with the shirt open with the taco beat hanging out, saying it with my chest.
Right.
You gotta quit destroying Tibbs because the man. If it wasn't for Tibbs, we wouldn't be where we are. We went from ish to sugar under Tibbs. You may not like him, may not like how he coaches or whatever else, but you got to give that man his props because of what he's done. Only other coach that had won more than Tibbs in the season was Woody. Other than that, it wasn't even feast or famine. It was just famine, and that's it. We was coming up shorter than a midget on his knees.
Especially when you consider that Woody basically was dealing with a core that many would consider, given the bulk of it, especially the 2012-2013 core, was quote unquote coffin dodgers. Kurt Thomas, Marcus Camby, Amari at the tail end of his prime, Kidd in his final year,
Rasheed Wallace,
a
bunch of guys,
Pablo, and so forth. Guys,
I want to push back a little bit on the awards as the reason why. Sixth man of the year. If I put Scottie Pippen on the bench, and he came off the bench for the Bulls,
come
he
on.
was sixth man of the year. Put a starter on the bench and play him starter minutes. It's sixth man of the year award. So that's too subjective. It's not objective enough.
Wiz, come on. Wiz, are you legit comparing quickly to Scottie Pippen?
No, I'm comparing a starter on the bench to a guy.
You didn't even mention. You didn't mention an average. First of all, you didn't mention a fringe starter. You you said
a Hall of Famer.
I was going to mention Jordan. I was going to say Jordan, but I said Scotty instead. You don't know, so I had to pull back.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying that, like right now, Austin Reeves could become sixth man of the year, but he's a starter. Austin should be started, I think.
But you didn't say him.
Okay. Let's roll it back. Okay. Change Scotty. I just don't like Scotty. That's what it is. I don't like Scottie Pippen. I don't like Scotty. But let's go to another scenario. Most improved player of the year. Sometimes you get it because you fell off so bad the year before. You suck so bad that going back to your norm, your mean, you look really good from where you were. So I think there's a subjective possibilities, as I don't use those kind of awards as a criteria for a player being developed or helped by the coach. So I just want to say that. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm saying I just don't do it. That's all I want. That's all.
Well, but the way you use your example with that, I'm trying to understand what you're saying. Why would, if a player came out a year before and he looked like a bag of ass, and he went, excuse my French, Freezer, he went from sugar the year before he was shit, now he turned into sugar. You telling me you're not improved?
I'm not saying you're not improved. I'm just saying that if you were a good player 2 years ago, and then last year you have a bad year, and this year you go back to where you were,
okay,
that's the most improved player. But it doesn't mean the coach did that. It means you went back to your norm. And you excelled in a year that you didn't fall off. So
that's not good. That's not true either.
You have to give the. You have to.
Hold on. Let me get this. Just one point. Okay, Randall never had a season like he had before when he came to New York. He never put up those kind of numbers. Everything improved. He went up. He elevated. He did that under Tibbs, with Tibbs' tutelage. Before you look at all this stuff in the past. So
who coached Cleveland before?
Let me finish my point. Look back at his previous stats as he was coming up. When he was in LA, what did he do? Then when he went to LA, then when he went to New Orleans, what was he doing?
I agree with your premise. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm not saying you're right. You're right. So you have to.
Can you listen to him, bro?
Okay, go ahead.
This is where the conversations be getting all weird.
Hey, Double Dog, we not back up at 29 pounds behind the burn, bro. So,
okay, go ahead, man.
Check this out. So, as I was saying, you look at what he did in LA, you look at where he was in New Orleans, he comes to New York. Didn't do his so whatever, whatever. It was he had numbers. Once he got under Tibbs, once he had Tibbs take over, and you see that following season, he blew up. He put up numbers he was considered career highs in everything. Now, so you look at where he's gone from those two times under those different coaches to where he is with this coach. Because it's even, if you look at it, sometimes the player can have all the talent, but you gotta have the coach to be able to redefine and guide that player into where he's reaching his full potential. Look at how he's playing now. You cannot tell me that he's not even playing better ball now than he even did during, in some aspects, when he won the Most Improved Player. And when he won Most Improved Player, it was nobody even saw that coming.
Right? Can I
Right?
say something about that? First, I didn't even mention Randall's name. I said I don't use the criteria because I gave the example of a player in 1 year could be really good, fall off the next, and then the next year when he comes back to his norm, he's considered most improved from where he did last year, not for who he actually is. So I didn't mention Randall's name at all. So when he's in Randall, it's not a good point. And I'm not saying you're wrong, nor that criteria is wrong. I said I don't use it because it's so subjective and so situational. Because sometimes a system makes the player, and you play behind, AD all your career, or behind, whoever's at, Kobe, and you can't get your game off. And then once you get away from them, boom, you explode. It could be a Brunson behind Luka, and next thing you know, you leave that, and all of a sudden your game explodes, and it starts to who you really are. So you improve from what you were performing at numbers wise, but not necessarily skill set wise. So I'm not saying it was Randall. I'm just saying the situation is judgmental in a subjective way, not objective enough for me to use those criteria. I'm not saying you can't use them. I said I don't use them. So that's all my point was. I don't use them because of those subjective possibilities and situational possibilities. That's all I'm saying. So your point is not being disagreed with me or disputed. I'm just giving you my personal criteria for ranking players and rating coaches on how much they influence the player, because it could be situational, it could be system-wise, it could be just the player mentality, maturity. RJ next year could be an MVP. I'm going to be like, oh, look how they developed RJ in Toronto. No, RJ was about to break out, and he finally did it next year because he had a guy like IQ being a point guard that he clicks with better than he did with Brunson. I'm not saying those things, the circumstances causes different things. So I don't use that as a criteria for coach improvement on a player or influence on a player necessarily. That's all. I don't do it. But you can more than freely do it, and I support your reason for doing it and may agree with most of them most of the time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, that had nothing to do with what that man was asking, no Wiz. That had nothing to do with what that man was saying. My man basically was saying, we're asking for the conversation to be fair and balanced, right? Like, if you blame somebody for something, give credit for them when they do well, regardless if it's the coach or the player or the front office. And what's been happening for the last 40 minutes of this conversation is that we are blaming the coach for front office moves. We're blaming players for not stepping up because the coach didn't have faith in them or develop them, right? And so we're doing like this weird blame game type scenario, bro, when all you have to do is, if you don't like a guy, just say you don't like him.
Exactly.
But
I came in though saying, I gave all the props and I gave all the flowers to Tibbs. I didn't even bring up front office my thought about them. I gave all the flowers, give them the flowers, give them the gold watch, give them the brand new 1940 Chevy. Jokingly, I gave all the props to them and go, here's what I love about them. Love, boom, you did this. Credit. So maybe the other guys may have done it. And so maybe I'm the, outlier, but I walked in with that criteria. So when I say flowers to all the players, all the coach, front office, what they do, I agree. Boom, we made a great step from where we were, and they get all the flowers. I'm just saying one dispute was, I also look at the situation and about who we have, who's available, and what resources we did it with. That's all I'll say, is that I just have a more objective criteria and measurement and my perspective rather than
Wiz,
give it flowers.
You think you have a more.
Okay, I think I do. Yeah. I also hate Tibbs, by the way.
But when we hear you, we don't hear you be fair and balanced, bro. We don't hear you saying, "Hey, listen, I don't like what Tibbs did here, but I do like what Tibbs did over there." Like, we don't hear that.
You didn't hear that? You didn't hear me say that?
Name it. Say it.
My first thing I walked in was, Tibbs brought us from nowhere to somewhere. Tibbs developed these guys, gave us culture. Tibbs has been a great startup for us to get from where we were. The front office also changed our culture somewhat, although I think they made more mistakes than, more cons than pros. but I still love what they did and where we are because of all of those guys. Players, all of them have flaws, but all of them have a mentality because of Tibbs to get the most out of their talent for where they are in their talent stages. So giving them flowers for that. He makes some good choices of who he wants. I like Josh Hart personally. I think he's a little overpaid, but I like Josh Hart. I like who he's bringing in to surround Brunson. And so giving him all that props. The next level is where I say is where I stop with my Tibbs salute and flowers. The next level, not this. Where we are is really good, but I'm going to the championship, and that's where I stop my flowers to Tibbs and tell to say, time to take a walk, hit the road, Jack. You and RJ can go, and never come back no more.
No more.
That's what I'm saying. Flowers
like...
are given, though. Flowers are given. There's no roses, maybe daisies and daffodils.
Okay, she's saying no roses, no pun intended. I got what you're saying.
Exactly. There we go.
And I got you. Soulfinger, Soulfinger had a point that he was trying to get to, and we was cutting Soulfinger off like we normally do. Yeah, Soulfinger.
No, because like I said, you saying that we were talking about examples, and I said Randall because we have tangible evidence of somebody who won of the most improved. Because we're talking strictly between what's going on with Tibbs, and like I said, I wasn't the biggest Tibbs supporter. I'd be the first one to say that. But I'm not going to take. But the thing is like you see people have been putting in the chat. We went 8-2, and everybody's, we poo-pooing on the process what we got going right now. Beginning of the season, I wasn't even excited about the team much because we had no balance. Made this move, and I like the balance what we got. The problem, what the starting lineup that is, the bench. We need work on the bench.
I'm about to say, okay.
Yeah. So the bench, we need work on the bench. So right now, you got to sit back and watch what we got to do. I understand the whole thing about people not liking how he's playing certain players longer minutes, but they got to play these longer minutes because the bench ain't handling handling their business. Last night, at one point, you look at the score, the bench had 7 points to their bench, 27 points. You can't win like that. You can't expect to just keep winning and winning and winning because you're going to have to ride other players to get what you're not getting. You're going to have to do that until another move is made. So right now, we have to sit back, let the coach do what he does because, like I said, I'm done with all this when it comes to Tibbs. I know when to shut my mouth because you know what the man is known. He forgot more basketball than anybody ever knows.
Can I ask you a question though? Can I ask you a question about that?
Yeah.
Why is their bench outscoring us an issue when our starters outscore their starters?
Well, for one, you don't want to see your starters having to carry such a heavy load all the time. Because in time, like I said, if others brought this point up, it's going to wear the starters down that line. So we're in that big game in the playoffs, and they've been playing, balls to the wall, all this stuff back up. They fight for the life the whole time with the starters. They may not have that extra juice to get you going. You need the bench. You need the bench to be able to give these starters that time to rest to be able to come back and take you to the house. Now they supposed to come in and take you to the promised land. See what I'm saying? We do need help on the bench. We need another player, another player or two on the bench to get what we need. But starting five, I like the starting five. You don't hear me complain about that.
I'm gonna disagree with you on that one too, man. Because the reason why I'm gonna disagree is because we don't play the Washington Wizards every night.
I mean, that's true. Now, it was a back-to-back, and I get it. It was a back-to-back.
And
Randall had
to assume, I'm just saying, to assume that this is how we operate every night is mad assumptive, right? In my opinion, right? I just don't. Oh, thank you. I just don't think what we see on one night should be. We should assume that's what we're going to see every night.
Well, I'm just looking at it as a whole, though, Freezy, because before our bench, now that they made the moves, we do need another player on the bench. We are lacking there on the bench. That's not just what we saw with the Wizards. Just the Wizards was kind of more highlighted because it's coming off a back-to-back. But if you look at it since the trade, we haven't the bench play has been a little You know what I'm
And that
saying?
was
Ain't been
the
around.
Underwhelming.
And that was the trade-off of throwing Quickly in along with RJ in that trade.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, we wasn't. We honestly, the Toronto wanted IQ. You know, RJ was a kind of a salary filler to keep it a buck.
that facts. I agree with you on that, bro. You know, I agree with you on that. And we got now, like I said, just sit back and see what's gonna happen. Right now, we rolling. We rolling. So right now, we should be. Everybody. I mean, nobody ever be happy about what's going on, but you should have some kind of joy. Be like, yo, we stand a real good chance to keep climbing up the ladder in the standings. We got the quality wins over the top teams. You know how teams above us that the media loves so much. You know, you mollywop Philly. You know what I'm saying? So you got to look at that. You know, we stumped the mud hole in the Timberwolves and walked it dry. See what I'm saying? So these are things you got to look at and be look at the positive of this instead of looking at the negative of everything like a lot of people do. You know,
we Knicks fans, man, most pessimistic fan base in the world.
Yeah, I mean, you're right about that. You're right about that.
We're the most overly Bergonian fan base in the world.
But my thing is this. Right now, we winning. What are you complaining about a win? I mean, granted, there could be some wins that, you know, they be real tight. You look at the mistakes and everything about stupid turnovers, and you pull it out. You find ways to win. But right now, you have some like what was it? Almighty Finesse was he was one of the main persons talking about go for OG. I said I don't want to go for OG because I don't want to give up all the stuff what they're offering. Leon made the move. He got it for less. Granted, it hurt giving up IQ, but as my man said, that was kind of like that filler because they wanted the IQ and you throw RJ's along with it with his money, and it is what it is. But there are other moves that are going to possibly be made. All thing we got to do is just sit back and try or attempt to be patient about the whole situation. You know, you can't. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, you know, as I was listening, it was just, you know, I just heard a bunch of that, you know, whining and crying and people hair on fire and losing their mind. It's like somebody came. It's like you came home. Somebody ate the last piece of fried chicken and left a swallow of Kool-Aid in the refrigerator. Now you're having a fit.
Wiz.
Or ripped all the off the skin off that crispy kind.
You know, I don't know. It's just right now, man. This is the time you should be happy because think about it. It's been plenty. How long did it go before we could actually start? So we can say we've actually having a good season. We've had more good seasons than we had bad seasons as of lately. We know those times when we went into a game, you was hoping for a win, but you knew they were going to take the L. And you saw the teams, the players they were rolling out. They couldn't beat the Singapore Sea Slugs. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean,
but sorry guys. One point. Can you hear me? I'm good. I got a weak headset.
You are very loud. You are very loud.
It blurry.
Oh, damn. Okay, good. The wifeys have me on coming out. She's coming out in a sec. That's why I'm trying to talk quick. But I can't take that comparison again. I can't take that we're better than we have been. I just can't compare us to the lowest common denominator. I can't compare Fournier being the best 3-point shooter we've ever had, or score most 3-point shots we've ever had, because it compared to a time where we weren't taking 3-point shots, and we had one of the lowest scoring 3-point shooting team in the league in history. So I just can't use those criteria. I'm just gonna. That's another. Again, I'm trying to be not devil's advocate, but pointing out things where I go. I can't. That doesn't really ring, well with me. That doesn't work for me when you say that. I mean, I acknowledge we're doing good. We're a playoff team. Made the playoffs through the last 3 years. 40-something plus wins after being 17-win team. We're except all that. Teams help us get there. Front office made the right moves. But right now, we are still a team that is not championship contention ready. and I'm ready for
Wiz,
that
did I
move.
say that?
No,
Did
I know.
no, I said it. I'm just saying because see, Wiz, right now you kind of like the, you like,
I'm the
you
Scrooge.
kind of like man, you are a glass half empty type cat. Period.
I'm a Scrooge
So
right now. I'm pessimist. Yes, right now I'm pessimist.
you know what? I can tell when you was in the field, you complained about every MRE you ever had.
No, I'm an optimist in everything except this one moment with the Knicks. All the Knicks make me a pessimist. And even then, I was a pessimist not until the last couple months. I've been an optimist. Freezy, how many times have I talked about I was going to win 50 plus games this year? I loved all our young guys. I love all our old guys. I love Kemba. I love Fournier. I didn't like Frank. But I like Knox. I think Knox has potential. I think Cam has potential. I believe everything possible. I'm a Knicks fan. But right now, I'm looking at championship, and I can't take. I'm no longer ready to accept playoffs. We made the playoffs. We're doing better. 20 plus years, 50 years. No, I want championship. So that's why I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna drive it hard at players. Right, I go. Okay, pause. I'm gonna actually, be very determined right now to go championship or bust. I'm a Yankee fan. Championship or bust. I no longer accept mediocrity or even slightly above average. I want
So
excellence.
So
But
for what
if
you saying,
I don't
is you. So the way you put it is, you make it seem like when a baby's born, a baby coming out running. They don't learn. It's not a process. There's
We're
no
50 years
steps.
old.
So, look. It's been 50 years since they won a championship. Yes, indeed, it has. A lot of bad teams, a lot of bad management. We see the problem is you too stuck in the past. So if you're gonna be stuck in the past, you're gonna continue to be lost and hurt. You start looking away because if you keep looking backwards, you're not gonna be able to go forward. That's the problem.
Okay. Let's forget about the history.
that
Let's go back. Let's go
that's
back 5 years. Let's go back 5 years.
Going back
Detroit.
5 years.
No, let's go back 5 years. Indiana, Cleveland, Orlando, Sacramento, Minnesota. Where are they now? And can we in 3 years turn the team around? Do we need 10 years? Do I need to wait 10 years? I say no. And I say 4 years is right on time to have given them a chance to turn around. 4 years in dog years, it's dog years, it's not human years. 4 years, these guys are 28-year-olds.
Wiz, have any of those teams you mentioned won a championship?
But they're closer to, I think.
Right. They have not. Are any of those
No.
teams ahead of the Knicks in the standings today?
I don't.
No.
I'm not.
No.
I think they're ahead of us in overdevelopment. Championship ready.
Yeah,
it's this weird. It's this weird irony with Knicks fans that I don't get. It's like we can understand the fact that this has been like, let's not parse our words. It's been a trash franchise for a very long time. So we can acknowledge that this has been a trash franchise for a very long time. Why can't we understand that to go from trash to treasure, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, when you get it going the right way, you can't go from selling peanuts and popcorn one day to trying to challenge the champ the next. It's steps and process, steps and things to this. Just like this. All right. So when you came into the core, Wiz,
Mm-hmm.
did you or did you not know how? I'm trying to think of the best. What was your?
I'm a bad example. I joined the Marine Corps at 20, and I've done a bunch of other things. I was actually in college, about to get a bachelor's, and I'm gonna take a year off and go try something new.
Okay.
And I really did shooting. I was rappelling. I was a free sport athlete. I was doing stuff that when I got to the Marine Corps, I was like, come on, man. It was summer camp to me.
What was your MOS?
I can't tell you. Top secret. Can't share it yet. No, we're not. It's not top secret.
Your MOS.
Yeah, Wiz. Hey, Wiz.
Hey,
Wiz. Leon Rose.
Let's 29 poems in some training.
Wiz, Leon Rose sent something for you. Can you see the screen? This is what Leon Rose sent for you, bro. Yo, Wiz, he's like, yo, relax, bro. Relax, bro. I think we taking things way over the edge, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
like
the
our
reason,
legit.
yeah, because the reason I was asking, I'm trying to get you to see, like, you came in, you had to learn something to get to another end, right? There's steps and processes and development, right? So that's what you have to do. That's what they have to do with this team. Like I said, we were a trash organization. Man, you had cats. I mean, we had cats that didn't even make it on the Singapore Sea Slugs, but they were playing in New York because he was overplaying, or there was a retirement home. Man, we took Clarence Weatherspoon when he was on his last leg. Remember that?
Yeah.
Goldfinger, can I ask you a question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think this? Do you honestly believe this coach can take us to a championship?
Do I honestly believe that he can?
Yes.
I'm not totally bought in on it, not yet. But, however, hey, many things have happened. You have coaches before that you didn't think could win that could turn around and win. So serious as that. So
So at least you believe
But
he's capable of.
oh yeah, I'm thinking he's capable of it. Anybody's capable of it if you give him the right tools and the chance. You know. But again, as the team has been, he's starting to construct it with players that fit his scheme and his game plan. Before he didn't have that. Evan Fournier does not fit. Yeah, he can shoot the three, but he does not fit. The man can't defend. He looked like, I remember when he was playing a couple of years ago, we played Indiana. He rolling around, sliding over the floor, looked like Sammy the Seal.
Yeah.
Okay. My next question is that many of us in the chat and everywhere else say this is a defensive coach. If he's a defensive coach, why can't he take an offensive player and make him a competent defensive player?
You can't teach lateral quickness, man.
Thank you.
I would just say that because we haven't seen that under this coach, or we,
yeah. Why can't we take a goalie and turn him into Pele? I got you.
No, because the reason I ask this question because I believe if we say somebody's a defensive genius or whatever, we put that defensive concept next to the name. They shouldn't always need to have defensive players. You know, they can take an average or below average defensive player and turn him into an average player.
He's doing that with Jalen Brunson right now.
Yeah. Well, look at
You think that's what he's doing with Jalen Brunson? Oh, Jalen Brunson playing the same defense he always plays, which is about average.
No, that's
No,
not.
it's
That's
the
not. No,
scheme.
that's
It's
not
the
true.
scheme. It's not. It's the
That's
scheme.
not true. Also,
Well-
there's data and film to say the opposite of what Nev just said.
And also, Nev, look at it. We talking about that. Why he couldn't take? Well, what's the excuse for Evan Fournier?
Yeah,
That's prime example right there. He's an offensive player. You put him in there. He tried to use him, but every time he got in there, he was barbecue chicken.
Right.
That's why we have a defensive coach.
If you're saying, look at what he did with Isaiah Hartenstein, he took him from one place and got him to another. Okay, I could rock with you on that one.
Yeah,
but the Jalen Brunson one, nah.
This is what I'm saying. Like you can't teach lateral quickness. Like so you gotta teach them in the way of like team scheming, team defense. Like that's why like we had the complaints we had about RJ Barrett. Dude got cement shoes, but within the scheme, if he's on top of his joint, he's not getting cooked every night.
Right. Yeah.
And with all of the players that we had complaints about, we was always top 5 in defense. So what does that even mean?
A great point. And here's the other thing too, that I think people that analyze the game and people that play the game at a high level understand. It's very hard to be a two-way player in college or the NBA. It's too hard to be that consistently. And those that do it at a high enough level are always injured because they're pushing their body to the max. Right?
It's the OGs.
Right.
I
Paul George,
never
the
thought
Kawhi
about that,
Leonard.
but you're right. You're right. I never thought about that, but you're right.
Bro, it's too difficult to be that two-way player at an elite level, right? The thing is with a guy, a Jalen Brunson, why trying to make Jalen Brunson be something otherwise that his potential wants him to be, right? Why not just let him develop that aspect of his game, and those guys that y'all are crying about, the Deuce McBrides, the Quentin Grimes, make them pick up the slack, right? Because Deuce McBride is never gonna be a Jalen Brunson, okay? Never. Right. But what he does do better than Jalen Brunson is defend. So why not have him be an elite defender with a little bit of offense versus trying to turn Deuce McBride into Steph Curry? It makes no sense. That's what I'm saying. For basketball fans that think you could just take a guy and do, it's like being the number one chief rocker on this channel. A lot of people have thoughts and ideas or whatever, but then when you put them in a moderating spot, they suck.
Too much 2K with no fatigue on.
Yeah, man. Right. The thing is, if you're an analyst, like if you're like the dude that's sitting on the side and be the analyst and all that stuff, then just be the best version of that. You know what I'm saying? But then, when you try to be the slider, hey man, this is what I want to, blah, blah, blah. And then when you see the numbers going down constantly, people constantly clicking away, then you like, hey man, well maybe they had to pee. No, they didn't have to pee. Right? You're just not a good moderator. Right? That's what I'm saying. Like the thing with Grimes is Grimes is a really good defender with a small bit of offense. Right? Tibbs is telling, the organization is telling Grimes that's who he is. Grimes wants to, it appears, this is subjective, he hadn't told me personally, but it appears that Grimes wants to showcase more, right? But that's not what the team needs. The team is 8-2 in the last 10 games. What do we need with Quentin Grimes out there doing the sham god against the Washington Wizards and we lose? It makes no sense. I think the thing is that the point that we should be focusing on, and if y'all want to have this conversation, is the front office doing a good enough job bringing in talent to get this team to the next level, right? Because I think all the conversations that we've had are all rooted in, we feel like the team needs more players,
yes,
or better players. No matter what the topic is, Tom Thibodeau, he only wears black socks. Yeah, we can say all that stuff about Tibbs, bro. But I think, in the heart of it is, I think all of us feel like the team needs better players at certain positions, regardless how we get there.
So free. I think that's a little nuanced though, Freezy, because it's like, yeah, we need more talent, but then we've also seen from the coach that he's only gonna play the dudes that he wants to play, the ones who puts in certain type
Villanova guys.
So it really don't matter the level of talent. It's more so, is he a Tibbs guy? Which is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he could be talented, but he got to be a Tibbs guy at the same time. You dig what I'm saying?
He must be a Tibbs guy first.
I'm gonna disagree with you guys there, because first, when I asked, it was a trap question, right? It was a trap question because the question that I asked about Tibbs is a question that every NBA fan base asks about their team, right? That's why I felt like it was a trap question, right? Because here's the thing. The Denver Nuggets fan base were saying the same thing about Mike Malone until they won a championship.
And now they're so quiet you can hear a mouse pissing on cotton.
Right. The Milwaukee Bucks, the 2 years before they won a championship, the Milwaukee fan base was thinking, man, we should have let Budenholzer go to the Knicks. And then they won a championship, right? And then they got quiet. And then they didn't win a championship. And then guess what they did to Budenholzer?
Gave him the boot, told him take your hat, your coat, and leave.
You can't please. And the thing about talent is every organization, all 30 fan bases right now are having the same conversation. We need one or two more players. Talent. Even if you're the Boston Celtics, you know what the Boston Celtics fan base is talking about right now? We need more guys off the bench. And they probably had the best starting five in the NBA. You know what Philly is saying? Man, we need some more offense in the backcourt, man, next to Tyrese, bro. No matter, so if you're the Knicks, bro, there is no, so you're saying, basically what the fans are saying, and Nev is one of them, not calling them out, but kind of calling them out in a sense. But Nev is saying the same thing that all 29 other fan bases are saying. Like, yo, the coach is not pushing the right buttons. We should be in this place. Such and such happened because the coach didn't do this. The coach needs to get out of the front office and let the front office make the moves. All that stuff. It's the same thing that 29 other. You think Charlotte is not saying the same thing? Yes.
Oh yeah,
are.
we all Monday quarterbacking, of course.
Oh yeah, everybody sitting at the water cooler got the thing going on. I mean, it's just like it's like you break out the 2K or NBA Live and make certain trades, and they want to run out and say, "Well, we use this here. We can trade and get this person."
Right. Right. Yeah, it's like we forgot that before Tom Thibodeau took that job, it's like we forgot that we also complained about the coaches that was there before him.
Listen, man, when I think back on our old coaches, I am very happy we have Tom Thibodeau. I'm not gonna hold you up.
Right. Yeah, I'm with you. And Wiz is one of them. Wiz thinks we don't know that he complained about Jeff Hornacek. We know you was complaining about Jeff Hornacek, bro.
I
know you was
every
complaining
coach.
about David Fisdale, bro.
I love all of them. I love them all. I love
But
Tibbs.
you don't love Tibbs.
I love
you loved all of them, but you don't love Tibbs, which makes me think you are one of those fans that want us to tank and be in the lottery and every year top 4 pick until we draft Kobe.
I actually, the year started, I wanted Tibbs to take us to the championship this year. I said, we can do it. I actually believe that. I said, Tibbs and Randall. I know how I feel about RJ and Randall as well, right? I say championship this year, we can compete. We can compete. I wanted Drew Holiday to stop Boston from getting them. I thought if we had Drew Holiday, boom, ECF. Probably finals. That's what I thought. Drew Holiday would have been ECF or finals. But I thought our IQ, RJ, the team we had was built in a way that could actually make it to ECF. And
you didn't. No, you didn't, Wiz. Me and you, no, you didn't.
Okay.
Respectfully, you and I were having conversations about Deuce McBride getting more minutes.
I agree that Deuce should get more minutes. I didn't say we
Wiz, at the beginning of the season, didn't you tell me that you wanted your man Deuce to get more minutes?
I want Deuce to be a starter.
And also, didn't you also tell me that you don't want the Knicks to leave Washington without Kyle Kuzma? Did you not say that?
Kyle Kuzma too.
Right. So why right now are you saying that? No, I never said that stuff. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Being greedy and believe a team could win as we are is not those doctors that conflict.
No. What I'm saying is when you draw a line in the sand for no one to cross, that includes you.
Okay, I didn't draw a line in the sand. My line.
Yeah,
my
man.
line
You
was,
said you agreed that you said you wanted Deuce McBride to get more minutes.
Mine said,
and you also said that you wanted the Knicks to trade for Kyle Kuzma.
Mine is like a border. It's imaginary. There's no.
Hey, because
I heard him say it because I was on the show. I got respect. Like
I love Kuzma.
I got receipts.
I love LeBron James. I love Ja. I love Anthony Edwards. I love all those players. I want them all on my team. I want an all-star team like Mets. I want an all-star team. Okay,
so
doesn't mean I didn't believe our team can win.
I never said I wanted that level of an all-star team.
I know. I'm not saying
he's talking about Adam.
Adam can win with what we have.
Wiz, that was Adam that said that. That wasn't Mets.
Oh, it was Adam.
You understand my hatred towards LeBron James because I think he's an overkill diva, and the less I say of how much of a jackass he is off the court, the better.
See, also, Wiz, I remember you said this distinctly. You said you would want to trade for Kuzma, put him at shooting guard.
Yep.
Yes,
you said
trade
RJ Barrett.
Wait, he
trade
said that?
But guys,
he said that.
I believe Kuzma gives us a better chance of winning, but doesn't mean we couldn't win without him. So because I said a better chance of winning doesn't mean we can't win without him.
Yeah, that's what he said.
It's not mutually exclusive. A better chance means a better chance. Doesn't mean we can't.
That's what he said. Yeah. And Wiz, but the point is believing that the team at the beginning of the season
has a chance
to get to the Eastern Conference Final. As soon as you make a change on that team, that team is no longer the same. See, the thing is you're trying to do the hidden ball trick on us, bro. We too smart, bro.
Freezy. If I say have a chance and I say will, there's a
See
difference.
those again, bro. You're not gonna take my light bill money with Ricard Monty, bro. I'm not talking about a chance. I'm not talking about a chance. You emphasized team, not a chance.
A chance. A good
chance
to
is
win
bro.
ECF.
We all know what a chance is, but you put the emphasis on team.
Yes, but Freezy again, I believe the team as constructed has a chance to reach the ECF.
See how you moving the goalpost?
Yeah, he moving that joke.
See, I keep talking about the team, and you're talking about a chance.
He moving that joke.
He moving that goalpost, bro.
But to keep it a buck, though, it makes sense.
It's the obvious distinction, Freezy. Have a chance to meet ECF, to definitely ECF, to definitely championship. It's 3 levels.
We're not talking about Eastern Conference Finals or a chance. You said team.
The team,
and right, and as soon as no, man, Wiz, come on, bro. You got people in the chat about to throw tomatoes at you, bro.
No, they won't.
Don't throw tomatoes at Wiz, y'all, because Wiz.
I have a chance right now to get with Sofia Vergara. You know what? If I was an actor in a part with her making billions, I have a better chance, right? Than if I was literally.
That's what you're saying today, but what you're trying to do is
said it then.
No, you're using whiteout on a statement that you made. I
said it then, Freeze. I said, as we are constructed, we have a chance. If we replace this player, we will get the ECF. If we replace with another player, we will.
Now it's nuanced. It wasn't nuanced in that moment.
I gave you 3 levels.
It wasn't nuanced in that moment, because if it was nuanced in that moment, you wouldn't have said Deuce McBride name 10 times every show.
Because I think he's a superstar in the making.
All I'm saying is, Wiz, for the sake of me being able to trust what you say, right? Just tell me that you said that then, and maybe you changed your mind. But to go back on the previous record, and then intimate that you never said it in that context, after having 4 months to correct it.
I said it, Freezy. I didn't say I didn't say it. I said the Knicks have a chance to be the ECF as constructed. I said that then. Did I not add? And if we add up another player or change this one player, we will make an ECF.
Wiz, but if you change the roster construction, is that team not different?
Good point. Absolutely. You're right.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying to you, bro. That's all I'm saying to you.
Okay, so you're right. So, okay, from that point of view, you're right. I said that with the team we had at the time at that moment, I said we have a chance. Absolutely. Boom. And that means I had optimism. I'm optimistic. I'm not pessimistic. I had optimism. Obviously, I was mistaken, but I was optimistic at the time that we have a chance to make ECF. Now
you're pessimistic and you have emotional damage.
Now exactly. Now my PTSD is coming and kicking in, and I'm definitely going back to what's been happening over the last 20 years and during the 80s as well.
Even though the Knicks are 8-2 in the last 10 games,
and
no other team in the league is better than 8-2 in the last 10 games.
You know what?
Mike, you hear that, right?
You know what? San Antonio beat Milwaukee last week. I doesn't mean that San Antonio's going to be any good. Okay. We can always win a few games and look good for a moment. We had 3 winning streaks last year that looked like we could be ECF. We didn't do it. So just
because Deuce McBride let us down.
Exactly. Deuce sucks. You're right. Yeah. I'm ready to trade Deuce right now. So come on, go back on my takes.
But
Deuce McBride is not ready.
But
Deuce is not ready. I'm Deuce, president, CEO, CFO, COO. Deuce is not ready.
Hey, Wiz, I'll let you in on something. When we drafted Deuce, I've been a Deuce fan.
Me too.
I've been a Deuce. I was, people talking about Frank Hive. I was talking about D Block. That's what I was calling the Deuce. D Block. He locked you down. He locked his defense. But I'm gonna stay with them a thing. But my thing is this. When it comes down to it, in certain teams, San Antonio beat Milwaukee. Hey, the sun will shine on the dog ass every now and again. That dog ass have to be sunburned at this moment. You know what I'm saying?
So things can happen. It's like any given Sunday. However, the way things are going with this team, I understand you being pessimistic, man, because last time the Knicks won a championship, I was in diapers. See what I'm saying?
I wasn't even around when the Knicks lost the title.
You know, I was, so I was in diapers, and I was in 29 when we went to the in 94. I'm sitting up in 29 Palms watching the championship, us playing against Houston between a Laker and a Rocket fan. Had to take it on the chin. Then fast forward, I'm on a ship with a cat from San Antonio, had to listen, don't even know what a basketball is, and he talking trash. And I got to take this because, what can I say, we lost. But we're in a better position than we have been in a long time. Couple of tweaks here, a few tweaks there, and we could, who's to say that we won't be able to get on our way and make that run?
But here's my hope for you, Soulfinger. I got love for you.
I don't need hope.
I got love for you right here. Here's my love for you. My love for you is this. I want to make sure that you weren't in diapers when we won, and I hope you're not in diapers when we win again. That's what I'm hoping. I'm not on the opposite end of diapers. That's what I'm hoping for you. I want you to not be in diapers.
Hey, when he say, but Wiz, when he say diapers, bro, he don't mean disposable Pampers, bro. He mean them cloth diapers that your mama and grandma had to take with the safety pin that you had to take off of you and throw in the tin tub and wash it with a washboard, bro. That's how long ago it's been. Or throw it in the wash machine.
Hey, look, hey, Wiz. I can tell you, I put it like this here. The Giants is your football team, right?
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's your football team. Freezy's team is Chicago. He was able to enjoy and watch his team win the Super Bowl. Granted, it was in 85, but he got a chance to win it. You got a chance to see your Giants do something that all other teams, y'all got wrote off. Because they didn't expect your Giants to go and beat 7 Shades of Doo-Doo. I ain't going to say that word because I don't want to get 7 Shades of Doo-Doo out of the Patriots because I was pulling for the G-Man that year. I'm a Saint. I've been a Who-Dat from day one. And it was times that I ain't ever think we was going to win a Super Bowl. Guess what? We did it. So I say that to say this. Shout out to G-Man because that's his phrase. I say that to say this. It can happen with so if my Saints can win a Super Bowl, why can't the Knicks get a team together and win a championship before I lose all my teeth? Why can't the Knicks put something? Look at the way they're going. Why can't they get a team together before you have to start stay on in an insured diet? You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you.
But my thing is we don't like every move they make. All right, you don't like every move they make. However, it's better than what it was because you gotta admit. Look, we had some teams out there. They role players out there. You like, man, what is this, man?
What is this mess?
They had a bunch of non-dribbling midgets out there, man.
Right.
Right.
Hey, everybody, I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Thank y'all for rocking with me, though. I appreciate everybody coming through on a Friday afternoon and just rocking with us, man. We got to get some stuff done before we start living for the weekend, right? Thank you, everybody, for coming through.
Much appreciated, fellas. This was real.
Hey, Mike, thanks for coming through.
Hey, nice meeting you there, Mike. Come through again, homeboy.
Mr. Ribby, thank you for coming through and rocking with me early on, man. Appreciate it. Nev, it's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure.
Everybody disagree.